Alright. Thanks to you 42 who are here sitting here waiting. I put the wrong startup time. I meant to make this right after midnight where I am at. I think I missed it by a little while here, but I'm seeing a lot of flat earth penguins. What's up, Toto? Getting a ton of emails, which is great, great, great. A lot of people are sending me images of this what would you call them? There we go. Yeah, earlier today we were talking about Pepe, and people are like, or Fepe, and people are saying he's got hair like an ape from Planet of the Apes. Someone else said that he's got a mullet. Everyone's saying he's got a chocolate mustache and a Kraft American cheese beak. Um, Someone else remarked that the phrase tip of the spear should be changed to tip of the beak, which I agree. What's up, all the shills up in here? Eddie Imperial says my girlfriend's head is flat, makes a great beer stand. What's up, Mr. Drobot? So, I did get confirmation on something. We have 66 people watching here. I got confirmation. Let me put it on the screen here. What you are seeing is the sign, the billboard. This is in reference to the billboard. Basically, it has been approved. So thanks to the dailyplane.com who helped carry this thing through into its conclusion. What's up, Zetetic Mindset? John Lowell. What's up, Sergio? Mr. Flatitis. Flatitis is the world's only contagious cure. It actually it's not a disease, it's a cure. It cures globitis. Just by walking around, you can cure globitis. It's contagious. So here's the sign. As you can see, it says, Flip Hound package approved. Start date 6/7 through 6/13. So this full slot, look at the impressions, 338,900. This is right outside of the airport. So it's going to go live on Wednesday. We'll have to have a little viewing party. And so what that means is between now and Wednesday, and I'll put the sign up on the board. Between now and Wednesday, we have to go ahead and come up with a list of phone numbers of media contacts in the area that we can call in Philly. Hey guys, did you know there's a 60-foot wide billboard? It says Research Flat Earth. What do you think? There we go, Army of Juan Mail. Thanks a lot, man. So what you see right there they asked us not to do animation. They said that's not for outside the airport. They have certain restrictions depending on where you are as to what kind of animations you can use. So we just went with the most basic one. Damien Conklin just got done hitting up KTVA Channel 11 Alaska. Good work. Good morning, DTG 75. Just confirmation. Just confirmation for you. It looks like June 7th, Wednesday, is the first day of this billboard outside of the Denver airport. What's up, Alex Massey? We're at 100 people in here now. And this is what the sign's going to say. Interest 10 Hero says, exactly, no Bible thumpers, no commies, no thumpers, no Natsock thumpers. No thumpers. If you're here with an agenda, whether it's biblical, globular, if it's something to do with Mein Kampf, you're a commie, you're a troll, and a naysayer, you're out of here. And as you can see, you're outnumbered. I say when a globie steps in this room, they look around, they feel like a bank robber who thinks they escaped into a donut shop to get off from the heat, and they find the place full of cops. They look around just feeling guilty. And that's how I would feel. I would feel if I walked into this place. And it is kind of terrifying. You're coming in to defend the globe, and you see about 200 flat earthers, and they've all got wrenches. They've all got blue uniforms, and they have orders. They have orders to shoot on sight. Hey, what's up, Kyle McDonald? Paint Pepe everywhere. I'm gonna paint him, or Fepe, excuse me. Pepe is obsolete. Pepe was enough to carry us into a certain area as far as, refuting the whole notion that we ought to be politically correct. That was important. He did his job, but he didn't go far enough. Oh, this is amazing. This can't be real, though. This has to be a digital projection. Nobody's that fast. So what you're looking at here is a painting. Paint still wet on this massive FEPE painting. This is fantastic. Yep, that's real. Nice, nice work. So, for those of you just getting in, looks like 107 watching now. We're looking at an image of the Emperor Penguin, the Flat Earth mascot, you could say, possibly. He's like the Flat Earth Pepe. Who is Pepe, says Zetetic Mindset. Fepe is Flat Earth, F-E-Pe. Fepe actually supersedes Pepe. Pepe's been rendered irrelevant. Pepe's actually a globe cuck, as has been pointed out to me. He's a globe cuck. Whereas Fepe here, he knows it's flat. He guards Antarctica, the Emperor Penguin. What's up, Aaron McCheesy? This is pretty good. I'm curious about this material that you use. Is this canvas? Is that... Because I used to go to like Walmart, maybe the Lowe's or whatever, and I'd buy the drop cloth. You know, you get these canvases so you can paint your house. You get them cheap and they're huge. You can paint them up. But this one is good. Aaron McCheesy, Jaron had a nice find on his live feed. What did he find? Chainsaw Samurai says the Flat Earth mascot. What did I walk into? Exactly. Exactly. What's up? Yeah, this is Fepe. Canvas in the fabric store, $3 per yard. Well, this is fantastic. I missed Jaron. Let me know what was on it. I was in all honesty, I was asleep. I do sleep because I figured I'd just be up all night working on things, gathering stuff. Okay, Jaron's NASA fake photos of Earth from NASA. Oh yes, somebody caught NASA on a big one, by the way. On the Instagram, they had something that was a quote picture, which on their website is a composite. So they're lying. Flat, if not scat. I like that, DJ Wednesday. And then we did have someone order 50 bumper stickers that say Flat Earth. And I believe they're going to be deployed around the Miami area. What's up, Hori Sheet Show? Definitely covering it in the digest, but it was worth watching. He found some hot stuff, backdoor government website. Yeah, Undead Mage here. What? NASA lied? Donuts are around to the Flat Earth cops and bacon. Okay, Howard. Jaron finds NASA's fake photos of Earth. Thousands of photos, backdoor. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Make sure I don't miss this one. Jaron is in his channel, Globusters too, but I'm serious. These guys, it's like the Flat Earth. I think of them as like attack dogs. Like they never let go. Okay, this is going to be good. Because that's the thing, you can't let them get away with this. Oh, isn't that special? Look at that, and the Globies see this and they think, that's real. I live on that ball. No, you don't, dude. That's fake. You want to see real? This is real. This is what looks like. This is real. And hey, by the way, we've got a lot of spies, right? You know that. We all know that. We have the thought police who are watching our every move, reporting to us. Friendword Z says, "Why are you afraid of dissenting thought?" Somebody plug that leak. We don't need any leaks in the ship here. We run a tight ship. The rules, it's not about dissenting thought, it's about being on the tip of the beak. There's not enough room at the tip of the beak for naysayers, globe thumpers, and Bible thumpers. If you got a Bible to thump, go somewhere else. So these people, yeah, Undead Mage, this painting is fantastic. So, those of you who, I can't wait to do my own, honestly. I'm looking forward to painting this guy on a canvas. What happened to the pair? Nearsighted's oblate. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's like, and anyway, who is Neil deGrasse Tyson? Who is he calling oblate? Isn't that like calling the kettle calling the kettle black? because that guy's an oblate spheroid, and that's absolutely a verifiable scientific fact. Neil deGrasse Tyson is an oblate spheroid. But yeah, thank you for taking out friend word Z. No room for naysayers. There's limited space at the tip of the beak. We can't have everybody here. Use canvas and fabric stores and cheap mist-tint latex paint from paint stores. Exactly. What's even better, because see, I used to sell paintings on these large canvases like this because it's not framed. Like, listen, if you're sending a 3 foot by 3 foot framed painting across the country, you're going to pay a crap load of money in shipping, which means your operational costs go up. It means the number of customers goes down. If you paint on something like this, you can roll it up, wrap it in paper, like drop cloth paper, or even just take a couple of paper bags from the grocery store, and just roll it up. And you can send something like this, priority mail, $6, anywhere in the country. Dumpster bin bandit, another flash mob, interesting. I'm good if there's any more wrenches. Yeah, we might go do a nice public service announcement, all in accordance with the TOS. We don't break rules. What's up, Flat Earth Mexican? Yeah, what you're looking at there is Fepe. He is the Flat Earth Pepe, or he's replaced Pepe because Pepe is no longer relevant. He's an emperor penguin. He's one of these penguins that guards the border of the Flat Earth. What's up, Magnetic Light? Cartoon Ball says I'd like to kick him in his chubby. I hope you're talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson. Geocentric Agnostic says gotta wake up first in the morning. Oh yes, go for it. We'll be here. This image, as you can see, it's on Twitter. So if you have it, you have a Twitter account, and you should. This thing was killing me earlier. I couldn't even talk. I was on the live stream trying to address this thing, and I literally couldn't keep my crap together because I looked in those eyes, and like, that thing is, I mean, that's Pepe. Those are Pepe's creepy, deep, soulful eyes. It's like, is he crying? Is he righteously indignant? Is that rage? Is he raging against the globe? Is he crying tears of compassion for the deceived? We don't know. But we know that that beak, that orange slice of Kraft cheese with the sharp point, that's going to be the beak that pops the globe bubble. Fepe has flatitis. Yes, he does. Globitis is a disease. It's a hideous disease. The thing about globitis, though, is it takes about 10 years to catch it. Like, it takes a long time. It's not like you can just walk by a globe and catch it. Globitis takes several years. They prefer to have you K to 12. But then it requires constant reapplication. Whereas flatitis, which is the world's only contagious cure, flatitis can cure globitis instant, on contact. You are the cure. Thank you, Toto Cole, for being quick on the draw. Mr. Gimmick's out of here. The globalists need to be vaccinated. Yep. Rip NASA says no story now. I agree. But anyway, you have a Twitter account. We all know it. So hit the retweet, then hit @ and send it to a flat earther. Just hit the @ symbol, type in flat, find someone at random. So I'm hitting this one up with the Flat Earth Kitty @ Flat Earth Report. I'll put hashtag FEPE, hashtag Flat Earth. And then you want to reach one random person with each tweet. So today I'm going to reach out. I'll just the letter Y. Let's see who comes up. We'll go with Halvard Dalen. We don't know who that is. Tweet. Just that simple. The more the merrier. Yep, exactly. Oh, look at this. Perfect. A Dream Productions. You're right about that. Let me put that on the screen for those who missed it. Look carefully at the little icons on the screen. Pepe is not, and then you put penguin. The penguin emoticons, a lot of these emoticons from YouTube will transfer over to Twitter, by the way. Okay, let's continue. Levelhead says globitis needs to be vaccinated with flaticillin. Who's your flatty? Let's see what you got for us. Yeah, we gotta be. Oh, this is great. Tim Osmond summoned me from the abyss. Don't be a globe cuck. Yeah, it was rather strange today. I don't know how many of you were here, but we've been talking about a flat Earth mascot. We've been talking about emperor penguins as being possible, and then it was framed as we need the flat Earth Pepe. And out of the abyss came this face, those eyes, that beak. And the instant this guy made his appearance from wherever he came from, and I'm not gonna assume his gender, or its gender, her gender, whatever. When I saw this penguin's face, there was a knock on my front door, and it was in the middle of a live stream. I go over there, and it was my wallet. A neighbor of mine had found my wallet at 5 in the morning while taking a walk and brought it to my front door. Everything inside of it was intact, except for the credit card I had canceled, even the money inside, which I handed to my neighbor and I said, please, you saved me a trip to the DMV and a $50 fee, and you saved me a lot of time. Please take this. What's up, Heath Carmody? Chess, Howard. Hey, the reception to... Oh, this is great. A dream production. Yeah, the reception to this Emperor Penguin has been just overwhelmingly positive. And that could be the reason why you see his eyes seem kind of teary. Because it's just... I don't think he was expecting this type of a reception. Flat Earth the Cord says, I swore I would never use Twitter. You guys convinced me to change my mind for the good cause. I'm committed. Hey, Twitter is... We gotta go where the enemy is, you know? You want cherry pie, you go to the pie shop. Don't be a globe cuck. By the way, we used the phrase globe cuck on Sargon of Akkad, and he said it. He used that phrase. And Sargon was on the Drunken Peasants today, which is a very popular podcast, 142,000 subs, 23 minutes into their live stream. Sargon was on the Drunken Peasants talking to the faux atheist, the amazing atheist, about a lot of BS, a lot of blue pill garbage. We'll call it blue shit. Blue shit. And 23 minutes in, we got the conversation into flat Earth. So they at least got the conversation veering into reality for a little while. They talked about it, they rejected it, but the point is they talked about it. Everyone should send this to Joe Rogan. Let's see what you got for us. TEIF. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I think I've seen this before. Fear Factor Flat Earther. That is great. I have an account here, by the way. I haven't used it yet, as you can see. This is my Infinite Plane Society Instagram. I just don't have an app or a phone, so I've deleted most of the followers I used to have because they were looking at my artwork. I used to use this to promote my paintings. Let's take a look at some of my artwork, by the way. As you can see, it's these are all like tiny paintings. These are the size of baseball cards, and I would sell these for $5 or $10 a piece. Just send them all across the planet, across the plane. I need to get active on this one, on this particular website. What's up, Mr. Drobot? We're just here looking through Instagram. I got sidetracked. That one's a 4x6. A lot of people are wondering though what happened to my account. I used to post paintings every day. Let's get back on track here. I'm just thinking about this art show. It's coming up in July. So that painting, I hope to see him. I hope to see a lot of Fepes at the art show. See, this is what I'm talking about. This was 121 paintings, all baseball card size. I could do 20 in a day. These are just a bunch of leftovers, and I'll just bundle them up. A lot of collectors would prefer me to do it that way, and they store them because even though these paintings are small, their value does appreciate over time. So I'm probably going to do a bunch of these paintings of Pepe, whatever. You just followed me on Instagram? Cool, I'll start using it again. Which is Bane? IPS, you should paint a Fepe. Yeah, this one was painted by our very own... Well, let me show you the painting. Kyle McDonald, please repost that. Everyone said I should do a painting. This, you'll see, it looks just like the digital rendering. Oh, by the way, he's two-dimensional, he's flat. He cannot be rendered into 3D. Here we go. No. I'm looking for the link. A minute ago, someone had posted an image of the great Emperor Penguin. Someone repost the link, please. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen really quick here. Oh, we have coverage of his birth. Yeah, okay. Hey, Kyle, thanks for that link. We're looking for the painting, though. Someone wants to see the painting. Well, we'll get back to this. I want to stay focused. Having a hard time staying focused. There's so much going on. So the main thing here I wanted to bring up just today is, one, the billboard goes up June 7th. You shared my work on your Facebook page. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. Here is a painting of the flat earth Pepe, Fepe, who has rendered the frog obsolete. He doesn't go far enough. As Kyle pointed out, Pepe the frog is a globe cuck. Very good stuff. This is, how big is it? 3 foot by 3 foot? Please go ahead and go to this painting and retweet it. Flat ANCAP says, IPS, your dash address is contaminated with irrelevant characters at the end. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Let me see if I missed something with that. I'll send you an email about it. When do you sleep? I just slept. Just woke up. What's up, Mr. James Dean? Here's your link. What you're looking at right now, you're staring at the face of Flat Earth Penguin, Fepe the Penguin. Oh, you haven't seen the neocentrism. The neocentrism was brought to you by none other than Jay Leno's chin. And it has Neo beside the 1,000-year-old Buddhist map. So like I said, I was saying we got the Drunken Peasants broadcast number 359. And 23 minutes in, it was hijacked by the Flat Earth discussion, the Flat Earth conversation. And the spies, the globe shills, they were watching and they were so upset. We were listening to them, actually. Dre D says, penguins with lasers guard the ice wall entrance. I don't think we should fearmonger, you know, but it's possible that, yeah, the Emperor penguins guarding the exit could easily be armed with lasers. So I don't want to be a fearmonger, but that does seem to be the case. Yeah, hepatitis is highly contagious. Been on board with you since November of 2016, says Dumpster Bin Bandit. Awesome. Who's your Fepe? Flat Earth Mexican. They got penguins with freaking laser beams. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Daja Lama. I had family members literally cry when I told them what I thought. You mean you told them the truth? A lot of them can't handle it. We have a way of triaging people. If they don't know about PSYOPs, if they don't not know that Anderson Pooper Scooper is a liar, if they can't see through that, they're not ready for this, and you don't want to push them into the rabbit hole. You know, you can't go from blue to red. You saw how difficult it was for Neo. You got to be already searching, and then you need to be properly walked into the truth, as in, the media lies, the scientists lie, your teachers lied, here's what they lied about. But if people have all this faith in their leaders, their quote-unquote leaders, their misleaders, then yeah, this is going to be a very hard pill to swallow. Here you go, you're triggered, and geocentric agnostic. Head nada, we're Fepe. We are all FEPE, exactly. Delivering truth bombs from the land of chill and going to wake you up with the dose of red pill. Got some freestyle rhyming in here by Joey Lee. My wife does not even hear what I have to say. Was that the case before the earth went flat? Or is it because you figured out it's flat? But I think you're covered. You know, the oath, in sickness and in health and all that stuff. I don't think that they can leave you over the earth being flat. They can't really hold it against you for noticing. Anderson Poopy Scooper and his mommy Gloria V. Oh yeah, total loyalty, total lifelong cradle to grave servant of the Beast Matrix, Anderson Cooper. So there's 178 watching. So for those of you who just got here, the billboard was just approved. The 20-foot by 60-foot billboard outside of the Philly airport will go up. Despite the best efforts of the Globies to stop it, the thought police to stop us from having these thoughts, it's going up. Shauna Honea says, what if I took them both red and blue and then asked, what else you got? Well, we have a lot of people who consider themselves to be red pillars, but they're still buying into a lot of the blue pill propaganda narratives. Like, you can't be a red pillar and believe every single psyop. I'm sorry. If you're falling for media psyops, you're a purple pillar, a durple pillar. You're 1 foot in the matrix, 1 foot in reality, and you're no good to us. You know, full red pill or GTFO. I mean, there's other places for you, but here at the tip of the beak, there is no place for you. So the billboard will be up from June 7th through June 14th, and we're going to be contacting the media in the Philly area, drawing their attention to the billboard. Hey, can I get that bold text link again? I'm home, so I have no links. Yes, post a link for him, please. There it is. Apparently, the diligent, vigilant journalism has uncovered yet more deception and lies from NASA. Greg Morone, I live in Philadelphia, can't wait to see it. Hey, it's going to be great. And I was kind of happy, actually, when I heard that they can't do animated signs in Philly. I was like, cool. Simpler the better. Research flat Earth. Doesn't get any more concise than that. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to bring up the monitor again. What you're seeing here is a meme by Hoosier Flatty. One of the best usernames, handles I've heard in a long time. And this is, you took the Durple pill, call your own wambulance. Please tweet, oh, you know who I'm going to tweet this to? Tweet this one, if you have your account handy, to Libtard America. That will be the blonde, our buddy. And then use the hashtag flat earth, or FEPE, FEPE, and then of course flat earth. But send this one to Libtard America, and then to at Cernovich, at red pill. Ooh, this is good. Anybody with red pill in their name. So go at red pill addict, because you know these are all durple pillars. At red, you know who's gonna hate this? I typed in red, Orphan Red 6. Send it to Orphan Red 6. You took the Durple pill, call your own wambulance. Now, I'm not saying that our good friend is a Durple pillar, but I just think that she'll like this image. I think that she'll fall in love with FEPE. FEPE believes in Globe Exit, so even those who think that Globe Exit is just a hollow slogan, they're going to see this, and I think they're going to change their mind. I had a family member literally cry when I said I thought Sandy Hook was a hoax. Oh yeah, I just say don't deal with it. The programming's so deep. Don't try to wake them up. If they're not already in the rabbit hole, you're wasting your time. I mean, if you want to do that, if you want to spend your time with stragglers, go for it. But listen, here, this channel, we're at the tip of the beak. You know, the stragglers will make it when they make it. They'll follow when it's safe. They'll go with the flow. Their emotions have been tweaked with, messed with, and we can't all be saviors. We can't go around saving people. They got to save themselves. We're not mama birds. We don't pre-digest food and spit it into other people's mouths. Magnetic Light says Flat Earth has already won. A number of people are saying, like I heard one, what channel was it? There's so many now. Somebody was doing a Flat Earth intervention on a live chat, and the host of the show was saying, yeah, I was at school today, and some guy was busting the geography teacher's balls about there not being a South Pole, no curvature, and the teacher couldn't handle it, and we were laughing. Like, think about that. The students who don't like the BS, the ones who want to bust the chops of the teachers, who just want to start stuff, they're using Flat Earth. Gene Rose and Robbie Parker, Andy Parker, Crisis Actors Hall of Fame. Hey, if it wasn't for the bad acting and the duper's delight of Robbie Parker, I would not have seen this deep into the Matrix. So we got to be thankful for these gags, the Government Actors Guild. We got to be thankful for government ineptitude, the predictable levels of ineptitude, because that is the only reason we've seen through this thing. I was actually pointing out today that they jumped the gun. NASA jumped the gun. They should not have claimed to have a space station. They should have waited another 10 years or so to make sure that they had the CGI and the special effects up to speed. But they're learning on the go, and because of it, they've really, man, they discredited themselves so fast. Mario says, take my wrench away. I can, but listen, you won't be able to share links, and if you say anything questionable, someone's going to take you out. But there you go, I took your wrench. Let's continue. Yeah, and someone else pointed out, I think it was Isa earlier, that Fepe is not a crisis actor, and what we're talking about is, look at his eyes. Those aren't fake tears. That emotion, that raw emotion, it looks like he's about to cry. And it's not like a sad cry, a weepy cry. It's more like a cry out of straight up anger. This guy's kind of got that righteous indignation thing going. There's your wrench, Sean Hemmings. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you just got here, you're staring into the face of Fepe. And this week our mission here, actually all weekend, our mission is let the red pillars know that they're on notice. And they are. So please tweet this. As you can see in the @ signs, I sent this to Libtard America, Cernovich, Red Pill Addict, another Red Pill Addict, and Orphan Red. Just send this around. Every time you retweet, throw some ats in there. Tara says, IPS, we need to try to change how flat earthers treat the sleeping ones. No more globeheads or globetards or globies. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, everybody does their own thing. I refer to them as globies because that's what they are. But in person, I never would. I mean, there's certain things you can do, you can get away with in terms of rhetoric, in the context of the battlefield of ideas, the arena. Like if you bring your opinions into YouTube, they're going to be attacked. Everybody knows that. But when you're on the streets, you're talking to people who've never heard of it, you're not going to be like, hey, Globie, get with the program. Because they don't know they're Globies. George Carlin says, but Pepe the Frog is a good frog meme. He is, but Pepe is also obsolete, and he's a globe cuck. He's not a pervert, but he's a globe cuck. He supports the globe. What did I just see? I just saw a link I have to explore here. It says, surprise your lady with a great gift just in time for... Oh, that's great. It looks to me like somebody has produced... Where's the Fepe thong? Yeah, Cafe Press has a lot of interesting ideas. And by the way, post links if you have source files. If you have somebody had posted the vector file for this character. I think I might even have it. So you can start doing stuff on your own with it. Yeah, I'll post the link for you. Oh, anyway, it's not working. Please use this meme, spread it around. Oh, look at this one. Tom Dyson, good acronym. Flat Earth People Everywhere, FEPE. Flat Realm says the debate's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about ships over the horizon. I'm tired of people living like they see the curve. Yeah, a bunch of curverts. I'm tired of it. Me too. Hey, we're not debating this thing anymore. They can try, like some people will say, hey, please, debate me. And it's like, yeah, hey, bring some evidence. Show me that we're on a ball. Tara says, are you a millionaire? I think we all are. When you say the word millionaire, separate it from the specific number, the amount. Look at the quality of life. Look at your personal power, your reach. Look what you have access to. Look at your standard of living. And we are all very wealthy. Why is this almost an instinctive bias against the truth? Programming. You're going against decades of mind control, 10, 15, 20 years. And not all globies are perverts. They're not all globosexual, as Level-Headed says. They all do need flatacillin. A curvert is someone who knows that it's not curved, but they lie and they say they see a curve when there isn't one. That's a curvert. Oh, another one. Go ahead. Drop the mic, bitch. That's fantastic. Again, on the retweet, every single time, make this just a standard practice. If you hit the hashtag flat earth, we will see it and we will resend it out. And then go red pill addict. Go at red pill. Just red pill London. At red pill the movie. There are all kinds of faux red pillars. And then hashtag purple pillars or derple pillar. And then also put at yoga zombies, which is my account. If you get to me, I will be sure to give your tweets more traction. Someone from the abyss. I am the bastard child of Chilly Willy. I implore you, research flat earth. Maybe that's why I had such a good response to this character. I saw him, I was like, man, that's Chilly Willy. And it's Pepe rolled up into one. I used to believe, oh, this is fantastic. Hey, Hoosier's daddy, you're killing it here. I used to believe I lived on the bottom of a ball. These are gold. How do stegosauruses get it on? That's what I mean. Get this, get a meme generator, and just start pumping these things out. I'm going to hit hashtag FEPE and see what we get. Dino hoax, I like that one. Let's see who else has arrived. What's up, Baltards? Joey Lee. Rusted Soul. Glad to have you here. You got to see the painting that Kyle did. We have the art show coming up. If you're going to be producing art, you might want to include adding an image of this, of the Flat Earth Pepe, or Fepe. He needs a national anthem. He does. Bull City, will I be attending the conference? I plan to be. Yes, I am going to be there. I think they sold out. But don't lose heart, because somebody might not show up, or who knows what will happen. Maybe if it sells out in huge numbers, a lot of you could just gather outside. No one died on 9/11. Good call. Do you think perspective influences reality? Could I get a wrench? You have a wrench. Hey, listen. Our focus here on this channel is being here at the tip of the beak. This is action oriented. Oh, here we go. We found it. The Fepe thong. There we go. First time here. Well, okay. Yeah, that's the real thing. Okay, let me go ahead and tweet it. We ought to have a contest, like the first person to I don't know, take a picture with one of these things. I don't know if I would be the one to do it. Maybe Mark Sargent. Could you get Mark Sargent to put one of these on? Anyone? Who's behind that? Do they have a size for males? Odd Rocket says Witch's Bane. Yeah, the Warlock, we are at the tip of the beak. I was been saying for weeks now that we're at the tip of the spear, cutting edge of societal evolution. We're at the tip of the beak. What's up, Flat Realm? I mean, many people have said that Fepe looks like he's got the hairstyle from the Planet of the Apes. You know, some people have been slightly critical. They said he's got a mullet. or he's got a Kraft cheese single, slice of cheese for his beak, or he's got a chocolate milk mustache. Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes was here today, and she said that he needs his eyebrows to be adjusted. He needs a makeup tutorial. Yeah, Witch's Bane. We got it. I think Mark Sargent actually has his address published so you can send him cookies and stuff. So someone ought to order Mark one of these Pepe thongs. He can be on his next show. He'd be like, yeah, he's on Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. He's like, yeah, I'm wearing this this Fepe classic thong. And then she'll be like, well, Mark, why don't you stand up and show the viewers? Now that would be one hot potato. Joseph Center, I'm growing a mullet and I'm a model. Hey, that's, as we all know, mullet, it gives you instant alpha status. It's an alpha male haircut. You'll never see a beta with a mullet. And so that alone shows that this guy's not a beta. What's up, new order? New order, old order. It's true. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Fepe was once a dinosaur, so they say, and he once believed he was on the bottom of a globe. You took the Derpal pill, call your own wambulance. I love that one. Keep the memes going, and we'll keep sharing them. I like this one. I saw this today. I don't know how many of you saw it. It's animated. See, that's truth is greater than NASA, and you got the Baltard being chased by the Flat Earth llama. See, I think this is where we really need to focus on is memes. These memes are important. This will hold somebody's attention. This stuff gets people thinking. This stuff's just, I had to add this to your arsenal. And again, hit the @ sign, and then if you hit Bill after the @ sign, you get Bill Gates, who wants to kill your children, and then you get Bill Nye, who wants to kill your children. Bunch of murderous, people who believe in this idea of let's exterminate a percentage of the population, let's save the planet, human beings, are all a bunch of dirty polluters who need to be regulated by big government. We're kind of over that. Let's see who else has arrived. We have 208 watching. Thank you all for arriving. So what we're doing right now is we're calling out the purple pillars, the people who claim to have the red pill on their side, but who still have a foot in the matrix and believe in all the psyops. They believe we're on a ball. They believe that Anderson Pooper Scooper tells the truth. They never do. The media is exactly just that. It's just it's a spokesmouth. It's a spokesmouth for the elite, for the globalists. They're all sock puppets, all of them. The overpopulation myth, exactly. They want us to believe that the population is is beyond capacity of this little tiny blue ball to handle. So they need big government to regulate it to save the blue ball from mankind. Man's the problem. Miriam says, yesterday I received a call from a computer company in San Francisco an hour after the ISX action. They received a distortion from my PC in Holland. What does that mean? For those of you who weren't here yesterday, we caused SpaceX to cancel a rocket launch. What's up, John Andreo? SpaceX was about to launch a rocket, and they saw that we had flooded the zone. We had flooded the whole hashtags with memes pointing out the fact that their rockets are nothing more than blimps, and they canceled it. Toto, I have not seen the movie you recommended. Post a link. Mr. Drobot says, here's a cool thing. The youth doesn't comprehend Flat Earth yet, but it's trending. How fake guys like Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson are. Hey, they're seeing through it. Someone sent me an email today, a link to a video. People are sending me links about this stuff, that they're finding people in their classrooms are busting the balls of their teachers. They're calling them out. And I was suggesting here that we ought to do whatever we can to instigate a national high school walkout. Where all the students who know they're getting fed a bunch of crap walk out. Is the audio going out? Let me go ahead and fix that 1 second. I think I had too many windows open. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying is, like, you will know that the tide has turned. You'll know that the flat Earth has reached a tipping point when those who are still in the state indoctrination camps, also known as public schools, begin to recognize that they're being told a bunch of lies, and they say, "Teacher, I'm not really interested in hearing about your fake dinosaurs that." I mean, you can look it up yourself, anybody, if you haven't seen it. Look up Bone Wars. Look into it, dig a little bit. Just like you're basically told, not told, but you're shown images, and they said, here's Mars, here's Jupiter, here's Venus. They don't really tell you the fine print. Oh, it's all CGI. They let you assume it. Same way, when you're a kid, they take you to the Natural History Museum, which is really just a modern art freak show, and they tell you those dinosaurs are real. Those existed, but they don't tell you that you're looking at a plaster model that came out of China. They don't tell you that. They let you assume it's real. They don't tell you it's all fake. But anyway, what's going to happen when a bunch of high school kids, like Brian W. says, they look at Nye as a joke? What's going to happen when they call BS on it and they say, I don't want to be fed a bunch of lies, and they refuse it and they walk out? I think that could be a problem, especially if it happens across the plane. What are my thoughts on FEMA camps? Yeah, I considered worst case scenario. We're all going to end up, someone was saying that we all get together in a town or a city and just declare it flat. You'd need everybody there to vote on, like Flatville. Well, if they did put us all in a FEMA camp and we're all flat earthers, it would be Flatville. It would be like, we would just say, hey, we're a flat nation, we're not on the spinning globe. In a way, it would solve all the problems. Only, of course, the rest of the people would still be in the deception. But maybe more people would dissent, and eventually the FEMA camp would overtake the plane to where it's plane wide, and then by default we win. Free Antarctica, end this treaty. Yes, we ought to put up some memes with this image that say something with that. Free Antarctica, end the treaty. Hori Sheet Show has a link for me. Let me take a look. Oh, that's good. Okay, so what you're looking at here, let me pull it up on the screen. Research Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent, FEPE meme. Globe Earth. Globe Earth, Schmobe Earth. Again, with the tweet. Who else has just arrived here? It looks like we have 213 watching. If you just got here, just a quick update. The billboard at the Philly airport that says Research Flat Earth will go up June 7th through June 14th. Levelhead, it says, what's the age of rebellion for teens like 13 to 17? Dump flyers out at high school parking lots, research Flat Earth? Yeah, I'd be very careful about that. We have to make it a little more organic, but that's actually what needs to happen. But how it's going to happen, that's going to be interesting. Anita Holman says, was at a funeral today? Oh, yesterday. Another family member who lived and died without knowing. Yeah, isn't that something? You think about it, you're like, how many people have spent their entire lives not knowing how much of this was fake? Now, on the bright side, most people don't go around thinking that they don't go around thinking about it all day. It's just sort of like a background thing, a backdrop. But it causes people to be susceptible to other deceptions. And what we want to do here is we want to stop this deception from being carried forward to the future generations. We're trying to put a monkey wrench in their plan. Yeah, I still have the live numbers if you guys want to call in. I'll open that up. Nudeman says, and Dudman, stand aside before you rolled flat as the ball was dislodged. Exactly. Someone pointed out that Flat Earth Pepe, or FEPE, stands for, what was it again? What was it? It was Flat Earth people something else. Oh yeah, Ralph Farmer, I think we should warn them not to go to the Flat Earth Society website. Yeah, why does the Flat Earth website... You know what I'm talking about, the Flat Earth Society? Totally fake. Oh yeah, Flat Earth people everywhere. FEPE. Why is it that people talk about the Flat Earth Society like it is the thing, like they are the spokesmouths? That's how you know it's a government op. So, the blonde in the belly of the beast, her Twitter handle is Libtard America. She posted a link to the Flat Earth Society. Like, that's how bad the mind control is, where none of us have ever been to the Flat Earth Society website, ever. None of us give a damn about what those clowns and jokers do. And yet, when people talk about Flat Earth, they think that's who we are. And that Libtard America, that's her name, the blonde in the belly of the beast, she was retweeting from their website, as though we're associated with them. And if there's a way to take those losers off the web, I would. You know, I'm all for free speech, but like, how do they get the number? Like, when you search Flat Earth, you shouldn't even see that. And somebody said that my live stream wasn't even being listed. Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. Post these on Stray Dogs. Thank you, Kyle. Let me take a look, see what we got here. Oh, that's actually rather good. Not bad, 20 bucks. And if you have a dog, this is a dog t-shirt. I mean, dogs know it's flat. You think your dog's walking around thinking that he's traveling at 66.6 thousand miles per hour, 66,000, that he's spinning around at Mach 1.5 or whatever? No, they don't buy into any of that shit. They don't buy into it. Animals are smart enough to not believe in NASA's lies. It's only brainwashed humans who have been utterly, their thoughts have been controlled and corralled, and they've been cut off from reality that believe this stuff. I posted a tweet of a Swedish mag that was a flat earth hit piece. Yeah, I'm seeing more of those. I'm seeing more and more hit pieces. Post the links and I'll go ahead and add them to the Flat Earth report. This is just out yesterday. The Flat Earth theory has seen a resurgence with people trying to prove our planet's not a sphere. This is Matthew Dunn. Oh look, you got his hashtag here, his Twitter handle. Matty Dunn 11. So we'll deal with that. It says, "There is a growing movement of people who think everything you know about the world is wrong, the result of a global conspiracy involving NASA." Yeah, I did read this one earlier. I've seen this before. He doesn't really just... Okay, here we go. The Flat Earth Society, the most obvious plant is by looking at the horizon. Okay, they're not totally dumb. This one's a good one. How many 500-mile sections of perfectly flat horizon does it take to make a sphere? Like, I honestly don't see anything wrong with that one. Do you? Here's your link. So go ahead. This is the link of Matty Dunn 11. Send him Pepe memes on Twitter. Fepe's chasing down the curve, exactly. Undead Mage, yeah, Obama mentioned the Flat Earth Society at least 3 times. We know that. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society. It's like, who cares about the Flat Earth Society? It's a shill organization. Now, it doesn't matter if he has time for the Infinite Plane Society. Hey, what's up, Marcus? We'll sleep. Hey, we'll sleep when the Earth is flat, when it's recognized. We'll sleep at Globe Exit. Thank you, Marcus Hernandez. I appreciate that very much. You make these live streams possible, and these live streams are important. They're not just here for casual conversation. This is really the tip of the beak. This is where we're planning our insurrection. Okay, here we go. 55 minutes in, we have 200 plus people in here. Another not anti-flat Earth. Post the link. If you find any articles about flat Earth that aren't like totally against it, that kind of just talk about it, post a link. And post links also to the raw image file, so people can construct their own memes, and we will share them. Which is Bane. Good to see you here. Why are flat earthers the coolest MFs on the plane? Exactly. It's true. They've been trying to demonize us, but like seriously, would you rather spend 20 minutes with all these NASA fanboys or with a bunch of flat earthers? Free FEPE. Flat Realm says the salt flats are proof enough. Will you be making a 24/7 stream? I will. I will. In fact, I'm going to get a dedicated computer here in a few days, and I'm going to walk through a tutorial in one day, just setting up the live 24/7 stream. It'll be concurrent with this, and I'll put things on a loop. It's Operation Mockingbird, mocking BYRD as in Admiral Bird, and Operation Mockingbird is basically us spreading thin at first, because we're going to have a lot of live streams, but we're going to cover a lot of territory. It's an insurrection of sorts. We're taking over the live stream scene after midnight here at YouTube. Because if you look after YouTube, look around. There's not enough content. Dalai Lama says, how do you handle family members who don't understand? You don't. Well, you can do it. You know, if you want to deal with the stragglers, go for it. We don't have enough time for that. We don't. Like, if you're at the tip of the beak, if you're here at the tip of this thing, and you want to move it forward, you have to understand that you can't get everybody to wake up. That's not how this thing works. Did all of your families jump to the flip phone, cell phone right away? Or do they all say, no, I'm going to stay with the landline. I don't want to be tracked. You know, not everybody can be there. And it's kind of folly. Like, if you want to be that martyr, if you want to run around trying to wake up the sleepers, go for it. But don't think you're going to get them to understand how big this deception goes if they still watch CNN. This isn't really a channel for those who want to help the stragglers. If that's your thing, if you want to be like the Flat Earth Mother Teresa, if you want to sacrifice yourself and be a martyr for a cause, a losing cause, go for it. But you don't treat the symptoms. You got to treat the root of the issue, not the symptoms. So you got to treat the fact that the deception needs to be exposed. All these brainwashed victims, come on, don't waste your time. Or you can, but we're not going to address that here. My answer is focus on being at the tip of this thing and igniting a revolution of the mind that will really do away with, thanks Tara, it'll do away with the very possibility of this deception being maintained. The problem isn't geography, it's not sphere versus flat, the problem is the mind control. Oliver said, my dad was a submariner in the Royal Navy. He thinks he circumnavigated the globe. Finally converted him. Good one. Yeah, occasionally we have people coming in here thinking, what do I do about my parents? They're not awake to it. Hey, listen, you got to triage. You got to be smart. You got to triage. You only have so much time, so much energy. We can't afford to invest time and energy into people who aren't even aware that the rabbit hole exists. Need shirts, exactly. It's going to happen. I think by tomorrow it's going to proliferate. So tomorrow, I'll probably do a live stream non-stop, just advertising all the different products people have dealt with. Don't you think that fighting the brainwashed people that we do care about are worth it? Okay, man, that's borderline naysaying. If you want to do that, go for it, but we're not here to do interventions for people who aren't aware that there is a deception. So, no, that's not where, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to revoke your wrench. We're focusing on 3 months into the future. If you're still trying to convince your family members, I'm sorry, you're going to get banned. That's not what we're here for. I'm sorry, I don't have the patience for that. Pittsburgh Penguins leading the Stanley Cup Finals 2-0. Send Sid Crosby a FEPE shirt. Exactly. Hey, we're at the tip of the beak here. You know, if you want to deal with the stragglers, deal with it. But listen, We're not like a humanitarian organization. We're not volunteering ourselves to help the people who can't help themselves. We're not mama birds chewing up food to spit it into the mouths of the other birds. We're not spoon feeders. Spoon feeding is what got people into this deception. If your friend's got battered Globey syndrome, Stockholm syndrome, sorry. That's not where we're at right now. Don't waste your pearls on the swine. Exactly. We got to take the pearls back from the swine. Strategize different approaches. Everyone takes info differently. Exactly. Thank you. Lamont Spellman, stop being altruistic. Yeah, stop being pathologically altruistic. If we all spent all of our time trying to wake up the people who don't even know that Anderson Pooper Scooper is a liar, if they still believe in 9/11 and Sandy Hook, I'm sorry, you'll spend the next 20 years working on it. Hey, I'm not taking your wrench to put you down or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if you're going to come in here and try to get us to focus our attention on the people who aren't even close to seeing through this thing, you're not at the tip of the beak. You're not even at the mullet of this beautiful bird. You're like way back there. You know, that's not where we are. We're tip of the spear. There are other channels you can go to if you want to, war game ways that you can wake up the people. Like, just go watch Alex Jones. Sorry, I mean, thank you, Monique. Thank you. Next time, ban him. We don't deal with 5 types of people here: globe thumpers, Bible thumpers, Mein Kampf thumpers, commies, and naysayers. And if you're trying to get us to try to wake up the people who aren't even slightly aware of the fact that they've been lied to, that scientists lie, that journalists lie, that the teachers lie, you're not a naysayer, but you may as well be. I'm sorry, I need to take a minute here to regather my thoughts. Witch's Bane says, you're not even at the mullet of this beautiful bird. Exactly. What a number of people have pointed out is that his beak looks like a slice of cheese. He's got something of a mullet, and he's got the widow's peak of one of these Planet of the Ape creatures, these ape people. But his eyes are what are very catching. It's hard to look away. The mullet of this beautiful bird, right. No worries, Warlock. I like watching him cry, says Isa. My wife never listens, but my kids do. Thanks for wrenching me, says Flat Earth 2017. Oh yeah, Monique's like, that doesn't sound like a vape. He's Neil Diamond from the back, says Brian W. There are plenty of other channels that bump dogma. Exactly. I mean, listen, we only have so many hours in a day. You can only send so many tweets. You can only make so many videos. You can only make so many cogent points in an argument per day. And we got to learn how to triage the people around us. Are they worth the time? Who's the targets? And look at the left here. There's a reason why I have a list of names of purple pillars. We're not reaching out to the blue pillars. If the people that are in your life are blue pillars, sorry, you can spend decades on them and maybe get them into Derpal territory, but that's not tip of the beak stuff. We're focusing on red pillars who are on the level, who have already deconstructed the ball, but we're also focusing on reaching back down to the purple pillars, those who are almost there, who can be nudged with the proper incentive and motivation. Now, if you're sending me, like someone just did, these imgur.com links, keep it up. Because what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to have links to all of these memes. I'm going to consolidate them so you can download them. There's a website we have set up called Flat Earth Consortium, and on that site I'm going to have links to downloadable content, videos you can mirror, FEPE slideshows, as well as 1-800 numbers to call in, shows we can call in. It goes on. I have a list of there's so much content, so much information that we need to share, and tomorrow I'm going to organize a lot of this stuff in such a way that you can all be more effective. What's up, Coop Stoop? LDS, the Book for Mormons, blatantly says the Earth is a sphere. Yeah, I pointed this out before, says Levelheaded pointed that out. I was listing all the religions that have a lot to lose if the ball's deconstructed. Top of my list, Scientology, space religion. Number 2, Latter-day Saints. The Mormon religion is all about the space balls. Yeah, a FEPE slideshow. And it's FEPE, like Flat Earth People Everywhere. It stands for Flat Earth Penguin, who is an emperor penguin, guards the border of this realm. FEPE uses Brill cream. Interesting. Marcus Hernandez, no trannies on Flat Earth. Well, appreciate your contribution there. Jesuit Masons, LDS. Hey, a lot of New Age religions also. A lot of these New Age teachers who talk about channeling aliens, blah blah blah, all SpaceX garbage. They have a lot to lose. But for example, the Quran. You could be a practicing Muslim, and someone says the Earth is flat. You open your Quran, and you'll find verses supporting it. Peter Flynn, we don't know about FEPE's gender. He could be gender fluid. I'm not gonna misgender him. I'm not gonna impose it. So is this like a cult? Says Sick Sid. Thank you. Block him. Ban him. Total blue pillar. Is this a cult? They don't know what the word cult means. Just like Antifa. You know, a Globie calling Flat Earth a cult, it's like Antifa calling free speech activists fascists. If you know what that means, if you know what I mean by that. You have the fascists out there, the ones who are literally fascists, trying to shut down free speech, calling the free speech activists fascists. And that is the exact same thing as a Globie calling Flat Earth some type of a cult. Because the globe is a cult. I mean, give me a break. These people are so dense, so dumb. So not worthy of the wrench that you carry. So not worthy of this conversation, this chat room. That's why we filter them out. Hoosier Flatty says, report of FEPE's transsexualism have been greatly exaggerated. FEPE coloring books. Yeah, no kidding. Well, listen. This meme is proliferating. It's mutating. It's going everywhere. Joey Lee says, FEPE's pimp hand is strong. FEPE will smack a Globie on their, flat on their ass. Good call. Sean Hemmings. Acronym, plain. People learning about Flat Earth. Oh, people learning about New Earth. Oh, I like that. New Earth. Man, that's solid. Solid meme tech here. This is a veritable meme factory. This is not some ordinary chat room. What's up with Lord Stephen Christ's soothing voice? You know, I've heard it before. I wouldn't say it's soothing. I would say it's creepy. Like when I heard Lord Stephen Christ, I talked to him once actually, got on a chat with him, and it sounded to me like, I don't know, very snake-like. Like that's the voice. I don't want to point fingers. I know he's not listening. He hasn't been harassing me. Ever since I passed him up on subs, he's kind of moved on to smaller fish. But if you had to like typecast the name of a, you know, the type of person who would drag you into a van, strangle you and dump your body in a river, it would be the voice of Lord Stephen Christ. Gives me the creeps. Dawn of the New Earth. Yeah, hey, I like this New Earth. I like that phrase. Thank you very much for that one. New Earth instead of Flat Earth. It just sounds like it lacks an agenda. Like it's just, I don't know, there's something about it. It's not offensive, it doesn't declare anything, it just is. The best counter to the curved water, the new channel under fire. Need some booster shots. Yeah, spam that link and I'll share my screen. We'll go take a look. Let's go assess what kind of garbage they're pushing. They're reacting, by the way.
We're astronauts on the International Space Station. We found proof of life on Mars.
The Globies. They're not setting this agenda. They're reacting to what we're doing.
Will risk all human life.
We're gonna keep it up here.
Oh, we're looking at a space movie preview. Isn't that interesting how the Globies are reacting to what we're doing? We set the agenda. We really are. Like, so for example, Bill Nye was trying to say that there are no flat earthers. Then he saw we were showing up for Earth Day. And he says, how do we deal with flat earthers? And he has this little press conference. Like, they're reacting to us. We set the agenda. Let's see. Gast team says, did you guys attack Titus Reserve? I'm sorry. What do you mean by attack? If you think that posting a comment is an attack, you're worse than a globe cuck. You're a free speech phobe. You're a free speechophobe. I mean, seriously, some of these people are so cowardly. Okay, 15.4 miles of transition towers, 40-foot observer elevation, gives us only 39 feet hidden at a distant tower. That's, oh, I see what you're saying. If the ground was flat, the towers would stay within the perspective lines. Okay, so this is saying recent proofs of alleged Earth's curve have been passed around online, which I've seen. So let's take a closer look. This is a video by Paul on the Plane who did the minute, I think it was Flat Earth in 1 minute. Yeah, I don't know. Listen. You all can leave some comments here if you don't mind. Like, I'm not still debating the ball. Who here is still debating the ball? Who's still making time in their day for meetings with the Ball Earth Society? Because listen, that's cool. Do it, whatever. But tip of the beak, we don't need to worry about that. We're not still arguing with these people. They're still trying to prove their sacred ball. It's not. It's not sacred. It's not real. We're over it. We're focusing on 3 months from now. Steven says, Stephen Fetzer, I overslept, but I'm here. Long live flat Earth. Tip of the beak. Exactly. Death. The globe is dead. Long live flat Earth. Yeah, we don't need to worry about arguing with these people anymore. Seriously, it's like, it's flat. Now what? Tip of the beak. These people here, that they're so far back. You're not gonna, like, they're waiting until everybody. This is so crazy. Let me just make this point. One point. You can never let consensus trump truth. Never let consensus trump truth. Truth doesn't care about feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. And if you put consensus ahead of things, you're going to be dragged back into the dark ages. There's something wrong with people who think that, there's something wrong with the approach that says, let's convince 98% of the people out there that the earth is flat. Let's get a majority on board. Therefore, that way we can take away the social cost of coming out as a flat earther, of saying that the earth is flat, of taking a stand. I'm sorry, that's a waste of time. That's such a waste of time. Screw them. And I mean it. Screw that. Hey, you're not going to lose audio anymore. It's because I'm opening multiple windows. Sorry if you're having bad audio. Let me just make this one point. These people here who are trying to wait until 98% of the planet, of the so-called planet, agree before they move forward, you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Our focus needs to be on now what? Peer pressure is a bitch. Just look at Jed Skeptic. Tomorrow, yeah, if we can get Trump to retweet FEPE, we're good to go. But we're not going to wait. Yeah, real science is not about consensus. We don't need to wait till everybody agrees. You don't need to argue with the ballers. Because listen, it's flat whether they believe it or not. And what we need to do is focus on what's next. Because you know that the people who built this deception, they're already focused on what's next. So if you're facing the sleepers, then your back is to the future. You need to turn around, get with us at the tip of the beak, and move forward and focus on what's in 3 months. What do we do next? What do we do when the ball starts crumbling? That's what we're working on. We're done dealing with agents. We're done with the shills. We know they're all lying. It's proof. I mean, listen, every day we have more and more proof. We have thought police monitoring all of our live streams real time, commenting on it, trying to come up with ways to shut us up. Ballers drink pee, says Cartoon Ball. Yeah, we gotta be 3 moves ahead. When Trump tweets, we've got him. Exactly. So tomorrow, I'm going to have a lot of stuff for you as far as my next live stream. I'm going to have links where you can download a folder full of FEPE memes, a folder full of, or links to sites where you can download hours and hours of content that you can upload on your own to your own sites, to other platforms, to Facebook. We're spreading this thing around, and we're going to make it easy to disseminate. That's one of the things, is that you have to make it easy to transmit these meme viruses, these viral memes. It won't spread on its own, but we've got to make it easy, so that's what we're working on. Tip of the beak in Latin, apex rostri. Is that rostri or rostri? R-O-S-T-R-I. I like that. Tip of the beak. Killer. I was just putting hashtag TOTB and Bowman 1987 did it. Flat minds think alike. The ball has lost its bounce. Hey, we've flattened that thing out. And you know what I've been telling some of these Globy trolls? Just to spite them? I'm like, hey man, even if you come up with proof that it's a ball, even if you can disprove the flat, even if you can come up with something convincing, even then, out of spite, we're still going to flatten this thing out. The Earth's going to be flat whether you like it or not. Like, even if it was a ball, we shall hammer it flat. Which isn't true. I mean, if they showed me evidence that the ISS isn't all CGI, green screen, special effects, diving underwater, even if that was true, if they showed it to me, yeah, with evidence, I'll go onto the ball. I'll go full Globy if you show me the evidence. But I know the evidence isn't there. So just to spite them, I'm like, yeah, even if you come up with this proof of a curve, buddy, you curvert, I'm going to flatten it out just to spite you. Which isn't really true, but I'm just egging them on. Because it's kind of funny, these people have been spending how long attacking us, demeaning us, putting us down, denigrating us, impugning us. And they're waking up to the truth that they can't stop this. Chili Willy and the Count from Sesame Street had a kid, and it's Pepe. Oh, Fepe. Yeah, I got to break the habit. By the way, everybody knows who Pepe is, right? Pepe was an enabler of sorts, a Trojan horse meme that helped bring forth the alt-right as a thing. Because, like I said, politics is downstream from culture, and they recognize this. That's the only reason why they won the 2016 election. And Pepe was a huge part of getting into the culture. It was a vehicle for alt-right ideas and concepts, for attacking the SJWs, and for advancing this, let's get rid of political correctness. And so what we're doing here is recognizing that Pepe is a globe cuck, just like all the alt-right purple pillars. Pepe takes the purple pill. He's not a red pill meme. They've misappropriated it. They didn't go far enough. So what we're doing here with Fepe is Fepe supersedes Pepe. Alright? Make that, you've got to get that clear. Anywhere you find Pepe, oh, this is good. This is good. I'm so glad we did this hangout. We have to launch a full-out assault on not just the purple pillars, but on Pepe himself. Iconoclasm, we have to go after that frog. We got to kill the frog. We got to sacrifice him. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is, yeah, they cannot coexist. You can't have purple pillars and red pillars on the same stage. It's red pill or GTFO. We've got to make that the point here. And that's what I was saying, like earlier today, some guy in here was whining about he can't convince his family to go full red pill. It's like, man, don't waste your time. It's red pill or GTFO. So that listed names, Paul Joseph Watson, Gavin McInnes, Mike Cernovich, David Seaman, Mike Christiansen, Styxhexenhammer, Toby Robinson, Lauren Southern, Now Lauren Southern, I think she might be. I think she's on our side. She could be on our side. She's she's the only one I have hope for here. Milo Yianopoulos. These people are all full either blue pill or purple pill, and their followers are all basically teetering on the edge of being red pillars. But these are gatekeepers, and we need to expose them. We need to tear down these gates, and we need to basically take over Pepe's turf, his territory. We've got to replace him. Everyone else agree? Yeah, I think Milo's a flat earther. I don't know how useful that will be, but if you haven't seen it yet, let me bring it up. Okay, take a look at your monitor. I was watching, after the Berkeley riots, I was watching Tucker Carlson, the uncuckable Tucker Carlson, and he was talking about the riots, the Berkeley riots, the anti-free speech riots by Antifa, and he had Milo on his show because Antifa was protesting Milo. They didn't want him to speak, and so he said, I don't care if you're a flat earth activist. Your right to free speech needs to be respected. And when I heard that phrase, the flat earth activist, I took it for this. So I kind of took the phrase, the flat earth activist, from Tucker Carlson. Oh, and Isa, if you're here, I saw you in the comments. Look at my browsing history. Eric Fromm, The Art of Loving. You recommended that book to me, which was interesting because I had just actually browsed a copy and I was about to purchase it in paperback. Pepe was tricked, says Isa, into thinking, oh, I see what you mean, yes. Fepe saves him, but Pepe was too cognitive dissonant, so Fepe cooks him. Hey man, that's a storyline. Would you please copy and paste that a few times? Someone else needs to see it. That's a good script line. We could use that. So I'm getting distracted by these comments. It's like staring into the Matrix with all the ones and the zeros. That's how I feel when I'm staring at flat earth chat streams. And there was someone else who was playing a video game, and we were flooding their chat stream, and the guy was like, man, I'm getting hypnotized. And that's kind of how I feel. I'm looking at this. What's up, Rusted Soul? Level-headed, Shod Hemmings. Frog legs. Fepe eating frog legs. I like that. Blah Blah Tuesday. You read that book? I haven't read it yet. I'm just about to order it. But anyway, Milo was talking to Tucker Carlson, and Tucker said, I don't care if you're a flat earth activist. You deserve the right to free speech. And I was like, yeah, 100%. And that's when this thing came about. In fact, let me go ahead and show you the table of contents. Part 1, Arguing Against the Globe. Tactic 1, deny them the intellectual high ground. Because a lot of globies think they have the high ground because they believe in all the state propaganda. 2, demand logical consistency. And this tactic has to do with, don't let a globie get away with saying that you can see the curve from a plane, because you can't. And then also, don't let them get away with saying that and saying they can see boats go over the horizon. Deconstruct the straw man, constructive trolling. That's what we're doing here. Constructive trolling is guerrilla ontology. It's comments that cause conversations to happen. Like, here's what a government shill does, or a government troll does. What they will do is they will try to stop a conversation. That's destructive, right? But if you go in and you constructively drop some ideas and get people talking, that's constructive trolling. Haunted House says 250 people watching and nothing being said. Don't know what that means. You might want to wrench that guy. I mean, is he on our side? Nope. Sorry, man. That sounds like a naysayer comment. Exit the echo chamber. What that means is we have to go cross-platform, which we're doing. Absolutely. Guerrilla truthing. I like that, Broken Glass. You were called stupid today because you said there was no curvature? Hey, Wade, let me give you a wrench. Exactly. That's tactic number one. Deny them the intellectual high ground. They call you stupid because you don't agree with them. Amber Dawn, you're here just listening. That's cool. You're allowed to. What we don't tolerate is naysayers, Bible thumpers, Mein Kampf thumpers, globe thumpers, and commies. If you're not one of those, you're welcome to stay. But I can't help it if somebody deletes your comments. Because this is tip of the beak material here. There's not room for comments that don't fit our agenda here, which is tip of the spear, or rather tip of the beak. How did someone put it? Apex rostri in Latin. Dress Fepe up as an unmistakable Hunter S. Thompson. I like that. Fepe Halloween costumes. Let's move along. Echo the exit chamber. Gang up. Tactic 8. I was talking about the power of ganging up. And I published this book before I started making videos because I didn't think I was going to have time. I didn't think I was going to be able to quit my slave job and do this full time. So I decided, well, let me come up with all my best ideas and let me put them into a book and let it go out into the flat earth community and let them use this book as they will. So I wrote The Flat Earth Activist, I published it, and after a few weeks the sales showed me that, okay, maybe if I use this book as a basis for a YouTube channel, I will be able to get support and be able to keep moving forward, which I have been doing. I don't know, neither do you. This means that we have to be able to say, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the sun is, but neither do you, Globey. Just because I don't know doesn't mean that your model is the correct model. So we have to be able to have the integrity to say I don't know. Because true science is humble. It really is. And look at that preening narcissist, Bill Nye, with his bow ties. That dude is arrogant. He thinks he can save the planet. That's not a scientist. That's an actor. So we got to be humble. The balloon launch is at 5 something. Somebody post the balloon launch time for SpaceX so we can interrupt that one as well. Fepe eating the fish pope. I like that. Chess says Fepe is sick. I'm in love. Hey man, I am too. No homo. Although I'm not assuming it's gender or whatever, but when I look at Fepe, I'm like, yeah, I can get behind that. Righteous indignation. Tactic 10. And that's a nod to the late great Andrew Breitbart, who recognized that and coined the phrase that politics is downstream from culture. I actually have an ink drawing, a sketch above my... See, I have a collection of portraits of people I admire. Not necessarily I agree with everything they say, but people I admire. And so what I have up there on the wall is, I have by my bedside a portrait of Vlad the Impaler, because he didn't take any shit. And he knew the power of making a bold statement. I have Hunter S. Thompson. I don't agree with everything he did, and he might have been creating snuff films for the New World Order. But gonzo journalism, we need that. Andrew Breitbart. Politics is downstream from culture. He recognized the power of breaking the spell of political correctness and of not being politically correct in the face of authoritarian regimes, how important it is to ridicule your enemies. He was also big on gonzo journalism, on infiltration. Look at Project Veritas and the work they've done. That was all inspired by Breitbart. Anyway, Breitbart's autobiography was called Righteous Indignation. And when you look into the eyes, of that penguin, that emperor penguin, is he always about to cry, whatever? That's righteous indignation. You can kind of see that in his face. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty pissed off that they brainwashed everybody I care about. Okay, the next chapter, Flat Earth Shills. Flat Earth Fiction, Art and Culture. This is all important stuff. We got to get into the arts. That's why the art show's happening in July. The Cult of Heliocentrism. No secrets too big to keep. This is important. A lot of people will say, there's no way they could have faked the moon landing. Ayam Sirius says, you still talking? Hey man, I never shut up. I can't. No sleep till globe exit. No secrets are too big to keep. That's this big lie that they say. Oh, there's no way they could have faked the Apollo. There were 400,000 independent contractors or government contractors working on it. Sorry, man. They compartmentalize knowledge. Secret societies, they hide knowledge from the lower levels. They filter it. And if someone doesn't understand how you can keep a big secret, just describe to them the structure of a movie crew, a film crew. Do you think that every single stagehand, every person working there, every extra, knows the lines of the actor at the final scene, at the climax of the movie? No. Only the director knows. Maybe only the actor knows. Maybe they're going to ad-lib. They can definitely filter knowledge. At war with the globe. We have to declare war on the globe because the globe itself is a tool of psychological warfare being waged against you, your kids, your friends, your loved ones. And so you engage in a psychological warfare by recognizing it for what it is and fighting back. So we are at war with the globe. Next, no globe, no global warming apocalypse. Global warming is an eschatology. It's not a real thing. We have to get away with this doomsday nonsense that makes people susceptible to the lies of big government. It makes them think they need big government. Everybody knows, think outside the globe. Well, that's self-evident. Flat Earth science. Flat Earth is the only real science. We need to use the hashtag fake science and retweet fake science articles. So if you see fake science being spread around, use the hashtag fake science. Everybody knows fake news. We got to point out fake science. Making the serfs. This chapter is about how they're trying to make us choose to be servants to the New World Order. They want us to be cool with neo-feudalism. And that's what environmentalism is all about. And then finally, stolen prayers. Stolen prayers is really about how we're conscious co-creators in reality when we're awake, when we're red pill. When you've taken the red pill, you become a conscious co-creator. You take responsibility for that, for being someone with agency, someone who makes decisions, choices, a visionary, someone who's actually responsible for what reality becomes. But what the elite do with their religious mind control systems, with the beast matrix, is they make you into an unconscious co-creator, and they plug you into their icons, their idols, their networks, their lies, and they cause you to be a co-creator in their universe, their fictional alternative universe. Part 1, arguing against the globe, and a lot of this was done with the idea of, let's see if I even put it in here, I probably did. I'm looking at the flat earth activists, by the way. Someone got me onto this tangent because they brought up Milo. Milo was on Tucker Carlson talking about free speech, and they said, even if you're a flat earth activist, you deserve the right to free speech. Here we go. Contrary to the common perception, it is the flat earthers who are the sane ones in any debate with the ball earthers. Worshippers of the ball are the ones who have given their minds over to our mutual enslavers, the secret societies, operating Hydra-like, as they encircle our world like a vast multi-headed boa constrictor. And the trouble is, their ignorance is what facilitates the divide and conquer strategy employed by the elite. It's a stratagem which includes race wars, gender wars, religious wars, ideological bigotry, and the riling up of a lynch mob mentality. The system of controlling the minds of the populations by high-tech propaganda is an evil system, and it's held together by lies. The lies are woven together to form a web of interconnected assumptions that bind the whole together in a self-reinforcing total worldview, which forms a complete religious and political structure which the masses adopt unquestioningly because it's nearly impossible to see how it ties together. Governments lie, journalists lie, people collude and conspire for mutual gain. To pretend this doesn't go on is to enable and assist the biggest criminals in their endeavors. Caught a typo. Glad I looked over this. I didn't have time to filter out all the typos, by the way. And the reason I didn't have time, and I do now, I'll fix it now that I've seen it, but the reason I didn't have time was I was working 60 hours a week, as many of you do. So I put out this book, Flat Earth Activist, started a YouTube channel, and then I started to, here we go. I started to base my video content off of the articles that I had written, the ideas that I had down. I started to elaborate on them, and a lot of people liked what I was doing, and so here we are, at the tip of the beak. Mark Thomas, Manifesto, exactly. Banksy, hands off FEPE. Richard, no one believes on Flat Earth. Exactly, it's not about a belief, it's about knowledge. We're neo-Gnostics. You know, this is the true Gnosticism. This is real knowledge. The only cognitive harmony possible on this plane is attained by those who recognize we're not on a spinning ball in a heliocentric system. What's up, Elizabeth King? Sean Hemming says consensus reality equals confirmation bias equals cognitive dissonance equals consensus reality, so the feedback loop snowballs. And it's contagious. Hey, listen. Globitis is contagious. It just takes a long time, and it has to be constantly reapplied. Your natural state is flat, stationary plane, living in cognitive harmony. The globe, the cognitive dissonance, has to be induced. It is intentionally induced cognitive dissonance. 247 people watching right now. Yeah, anonymous guest, we are the neo-Gnostics, and I had this point of view before I started the channel. I already figured it out. I already recognized this. I'm just saying hi to the people who are in here. Richard PW, him to get you a wrench. Elizabeth, you already have one. I was just making sure you were modded. I gotta know who's in here. We are very paranoid. We have to be. It's useful. You're not really paranoid. You're it's being proactive. And here's why. My take on this thing. It's better to ban 10 innocent people than to let one guilty troll go free. It's not like that everywhere. Most people take the opposite point of view. They're all about the presumption of innocence. But here at the tip of the beak... Hey, Iram Sirius, I see your comments. You're telling me not to talk to myself. If you don't want me to do a monologue or whatever, I can't help you. If you want me to debate or talk or have a conversation, that's fine. It's just going to change the pace. But I don't have time for that. That sounds like naysaying. Sounds like, listen, we're focusing on the future. I didn't mean to have to ban the guy, but we can't afford to take time for distractions, not at a time like this. You know, we're accelerating this thing. It's not a coincidence that FEPE emerged today, right now at this point, just 24 hours after we stopped the SpaceX launch from launching. We stopped SpaceX. Too many people. Yeah, hey, Isra says we are the real critics. We are. We are the new critical theorists. We are the new we've taken the tools of the cultural Marxists that have been used to undermine Western civ and the values of individualism, Bill of Rights, everything that we find that makes this country, that makes this idea of unalienable rights possible, has been under attack by the cultural Marxists. Well, we have taken their tactics and we're using it against the globe. What's up, ODD Reality? He says go raid me. Yeah, let's go raid his channel. And so, if you just got here, you're staring at the face of. We've been talking for weeks now about how FEPE was this meme that was used to facilitate a lot of ideas Trojan horse style, and it helped bring about the advance and the spread and the growth of the alt-right. Well, we said we need a flat earth version of FEPE. What animal would that be? Well, what better than the emperor penguin at the outer ring of this region? The true, I mean, really, the guardian, not that he's keeping us in here, but it's like this guardian, it's a symbol, it's perfect. So we're like, okay, let's have a flat earth FEPE. And then he was summoned out of the abyss. He showed up today. And I don't think it was a coincidence that I had lost my wallet a couple days ago. I thought the Jesuits had broken into my house at like 2 in the morning or some shit and taken it. So I couldn't pay my internet bill or something. But that wasn't the case. Some neighbor was jogging. She had her dog with her. She found my wallet. I guess it was in the parking lot. And as soon as FEPE showed up on my screen with his Kraft cheese beak, his milk mustache, his Planet of the Apes widow's peak, his uneven eyebrows, and his mullet, and his deep, sad, soulful eyes. As soon as he popped up on my screen, I hear a knock on my door, and it's this chick with a dog holding my wallet. I was like, man, that is that's not a coincidence. I'm just going through your comments really quick. Didn't mean to get sidetracked here. Oh yeah, that's right. So SpaceX. SpaceX was about to launch. 20 minutes to launch, we flooded the Twitter sphere. They had the hashtags that they were going to set up to be trending. They had hashtag SpaceX, hashtag CRS-11, hashtag Falcon 9. We flooded those with flat Earth hashtags, all pointing out the fact that the SpaceX rockets are nothing more than rocket-propelled blimps. And as soon as they saw we had flooded the field, we had saturated it, and we were in the chat room, and people were putting up super chats, donating money to SpaceX, saying, it's a blimp, it's fake, Earth is flat. They deleted our super chats as fast as we could post them. And then they said, oh, we had to cancel it. There's a 9-mile-per-hour breeze. So this rocket that was going to blast at how many thousands of miles per hour up into space, carrying a payload, this big hunk of metal, couldn't stand a breeze that could barely lift a kite. What a bunch of crap, right? So we look it up, and we're like, okay, how much wind is too much wind to launch a balloon? 9 miles per hour. That thing was a damn balloon. Oh yeah, they took my money, Anita. They took my money. SpaceX took my money. Yeah, that's right, level-headed. It was 9 miles per hour. It was a 9-mile-per-hour hurricane. Someone remarked that they were probably afraid that the balloon would have gotten caught in the power lines. I imagine that maybe it would have been too obvious and that we would have called it out real time and it would have gone viral. So they pulled the plug on it. We stopped a rocket from launching. And hey, that rocket, that thing, just so you know, yeah, it's a scam. You know, it's a hoax and it's a magic trick. It's all pretend, but it's more than that. What we are seeing is the equivalent of the cremation of care at the Bohemian Grove. It's an occult ritual, that's what it is. ODD's having a Jack and Coke, very good. Level-headed, rockets fall. We need to have, by the way, speaking of drinks, we need to have a drink that, you know, someone was saying that for Starbucks, we need to have a drink that people can go order. Something called Flat Earth or something along those lines. It'd have to be standardized. I'm not a barista. IPS and ODD Pepe meme taking the FEPE meme taking Flat Earth to a new level. Hey, listen, I think the 24/7 live stream's a game changer. When I saw that going on, it seriously changed something, because before that, I would be on and there'd be lulls in the activity. There'd be times where there wouldn't be anything going on, or there wouldn't be conversations. But the thing about it is not just the videos, it's that it's a 24/7 think tank, and it's not going down, and the Globies don't have anything to keep up with it. That's why they hate it. Look who they're attacking. And pay attention to their tactics. They're not talking about the obvious hoaxery going on at the ISS. They're not talking about augmented virtual reality, video compositing, harnesses, green screen, underwater so-called spacewalks. No, they're talking about, where does IPS live? What's his real name? How can we shut him up? And that tells you we already won the debate. So our next phase is to spread this thing out and to mobilize people, to create an army of activists. And the way that's happening, it's happening organically. They can't stop it. It's already interrupting classes, science classes, geography classes. It's spreading. And I think I think we should instigate. We need to figure out how to instigate a national, like a walkout, you know? All we were saying is give Flat Earth a chance. Like, all these students who know they're being fed BS, they ought to say, hey, I want to know what's beyond Antarctica. I'm tired of you telling me about these dinosaurs. I don't believe in global warming. I'm going to GTFO, because this is all brainwashing. Cheers, flatties. ODD. Interest in Hero says, I just watched Moana for a second time. Yeah, Flat Earth, we need to come up with a list of Flat Earth movies, Flat Earth cartoons. If you haven't seen Room or The Village, watch them both. There's a flat white drink at Starbucks. Jared says we're all tweaking on Flat Earth. Our beer is called Flatweiser. Dark City. Yeah, I need to watch Dark City. So what I'm going to work on tonight and tomorrow is setting up Flat Earth Consortium, and on that blog it's going to be a resource. We need a resource site so that if you want to start your own 24/7 live feed, you have a place to go for a tutorial, for video content, for memes, for links to other channels. So we're building up a site of just Flat Earth resources so that anybody can go to this site, get everything they need, and know what they need to do in order to get their own channel running. And we want there to be a lot of these things. We need to multiply. We need to decentralize, multiply, and spread out so thin that these globies can't keep up with what we're doing. Jeremy Weiser says, hello everyone. A missile launch versus a rocket is interesting. Oh yeah, when you watch the speed of a real missile shooting up into the sky, it's like a bottle rocket. It just blasts up there, right? There's a difference between a missile and then the balloon-like launch of one of these space rockets. It's so slow. You hear the rumble, you see the smoke, and it looks like it's supposed to be that way. But with SpaceX, it's more obvious, man. I was watching some of their launches. I'm like, something's not right here. Why is this thing pausing above the launch pad before it goes up? What's up, Cartoon Ball? I see nothing but wrenches here. This is great. Globies are all zombies. They can't do anything original. Well, they've been programmed not to. I mean, everything from the time that you're born, the school system they put you through, it's all designed to keep you from daydreaming, thinking for yourself. It's to create a factory worker. You're supposed to be a factory worker. Why aren't you at work right now? Why aren't you assembling widgets and cogs? You shouldn't be here having conversations with people who aren't entranced. You shouldn't be in these think tanks having ideas that contradict what Anderson Pooper Scooper tells you. Infowars has the new guy, Owen Schroyer. I'm able to copy the principle, see if you'd watch it. Yeah, Owen is the one that had the conversation with Eddie Bravo. You know, Owen's interesting. He emerged right before the election, like, I'd say, what was it? Right after Trump was chosen to be the candidate, Owen kind of popped up on YouTube, and then Trump would run around doing these big speeches, and he would show up and he would go into the protesters, and he would say, you know, he'd question all their basic ideas. And so he wasn't afraid to confront the mob, and I thought that was cool. You know, I thought, but see, at the time, though, that was red pill. You know, confronting the mobs, calling out the SJWs, being politically correct, that was like cutting edge at the time, or it seemed to be. Yeah, when he called out Carl the Cuck. But it turns out that all these so-called red pills, they're all pretty much purple. They didn't go far enough. Pepe is not red pill. He's a purple. He's derpled. Owen's a globe cuck. Pepe's a globe cuck. And so here comes Fepe. So they're not friends. Fepe supersedes Pepe. He replaces him. Hey, what's up, Kim? Here's your wrench. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your contributions. If you have any links, feel free to share. If you see any naysayers, crack them over the head. I have a number of naysayers and trolls and people who are just not being very constructive. Oh, a Flat Earth Revolution points out that Owen does what he's told. Well, Owen was told to be derisive, to interrupt, to cut off Eddie Bravo. Bravo's genuine, I think. I mean, he doesn't strike me as anything other than genuine, but he's surrounded by people who aren't. They're all disingenuous. Let's move forward here. Yeah, I think what we're going to do here, we're targeting the Derpal pillars. We have the list here. We're just going to talk to them. I want to reach out to Lawrence Sutherland. I'm going to type something. I'm not going to say it. Well, no, we'll talk about this later. Yeah, I have some thoughts about this. We're talking about infiltration. I have some thoughts on it, but to an extent, like, I like to treat all of the obvious trolls as though they're just basically flying monkeys working for the Beast Matrix. I don't even treat them as individuals anymore. One of my new rules is I don't name drop the trolls that have been following us because they don't really add anything, and I just assume they're working for the dark side. But yeah, we don't want any political saviors. We don't need any celebrity saviors, and we don't want anybody who's popular in those circles as thinking that because they know the truth that they're somehow authorities on the subject, because this is grassroots. And we have to know that anybody coming up from above is quite possibly compromised. So they're going to be if they're not acting because of greed, because they're sellouts, they might be acting out of self-preservation. So yeah, we certainly don't want to give too much credibility to it. We like the fact that these basketball players will drop a flat earth bomb and mess up the news cycle and help us spread information. But hey, that's why I'm also with the Flat Earth Report, thedailyplane.com. One of the reasons why we want to have more websites, more live streams, the reason we want to spread this thing out and get into the blogosphere, we need more gonzo journalists, is that the next time a big celebrity drops the flat earth bomb, we want to control the narrative. We don't want the powers that be to be able to use it to point people in the wrong direction. We want there to be so much information that if they try to pull the whole flat earth equals Nazi narrative, it doesn't work. It gets drowned out. Jeremy Weiser, I wonder if this next SpaceX might not make it. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what'll happen, but what I'm hoping for is I hope they have a launch, and I hope there's a 10-mile-per-hour breeze and just turns it like sideways. Broken Glass IPS believes in an armed flat earth family. Oh yeah, I believe that an armed society is a polite society, and that if everybody here has a wrench, we're all on the same sheet. We can maintain quality control, because this is a think tank. And it's very effective. It really is. We had, I don't know how many dozens of ideas come out for the billboard, which is going off. Hey, if you just got here, the billboard outside of the Philly airport goes up on Wednesday, the 7th. It'll be up for a week. And it has big giant letters, 60 feet wide, 20 feet high, research flat earth. Isa says rock, scissor, FEPE. I think FEPE beats rock, FEPE beats scissors. So we got that billboard going up. We have the art show in July. I've been contacted by a number of people who really want to go, who are going to go. So I'm going to absolutely be promoting these people as the time gets closer. You'll be interested to see who's going to show up. In addition to the art show, though, we have other things going on that we need to focus on. So we can't really focus on trolls. We want to get these 24/7 things going, these streams. The billboards. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a billboard in Denver going up, and so I want to get behind funding that. So I want to get those who are behind the next billboard that's going to go up, get on with me. I want you to call in. And what we need in order for me to get that thing promoted is you have the GoFundMe account, we have the location. We want to get specifics like how big, how many people are going to see it, because when people start seeing that you actually have the company on the phone with you, that you know where it's going to be, you have the stats, that's when the investors are going to start dumping their money into it. We were able to raise money for the billboard in 2 hours. Alright, FEPE, I got your link there. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, watch the monitor. I'm going to go ahead and stream this. Oh, this is gold. This is a YouTube channel called FEPE. Please subscribe to it. Oh man, this is good. Okay, so for those of you who are watching, what we just saw was, how would you describe that? One moment. Okay, sorry for that interruption here. Spec, why did you get banned? I don't know what you got banned. I'll give you a wrench. If you get banned for some reason, I'll go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what caused that to happen, but sometimes we have people who don't know the rules. Justin Joey says, is the Earth flat? Research it. And hey, by the way, post a link to your YouTube channel so we can all sub to it. Richard PW says, I love penguins. Who doesn't? They smell bad. I mean, if you've ever been to SeaWorld, I was over at the one in San Antonio where they had the penguin exhibit, and I'm not going to tell you what it smelled like, but man, those things are nasty. Emperor penguins, I don't know. Level-headed rules, we don't need no stinking rules. Well, we don't, but we do need quality control. That was a very quick sock. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Spec. If you get wrenched, or any of you, if you get wrenched and you don't feel like you should be wrenched, there's a contact form, and it says opens a new window. I get emails immediately, and I'll pull you out of the thing. And if you don't have a Twitter account, please get a Twitter account. What we're going to be doing over this weekend is we're going to be reaching out to the names on the list here and their followers. We think we can pull Red Pill Philosophy all the way over to our side. He'd be a tremendous asset, 120k subs. All sovereigns on flat Earth, exactly. JTRU Globe Exit, love your handle there. Do we need any designers for the upcoming art show or future endeavors? Go ahead and send me an email and get on the list, and I'll let you know. I'm sending out an email tomorrow so people can start sending the artwork to me. Kim Granger says, nobody listens when I tell them they can't wrap their heads around it. Yeah, you got to triage them. You know, people aren't really ready to even let go of CNN. And if that's where they are, well, level-headed Mark Dice, 1 million subs. Any thoughts? Mark Dice is he's a gatekeeper. You know, some of these gatekeepers is just no purpose to reaching them. Their audiences are going to be full of shills. They're going to mock whatever you do, and they're not going to move from their position. We got to go for the people who are much smaller, more organic, grassroots, under 5k subs, smaller chats, people who aren't really obviously controlled or compromised, especially if they're not. Hey, Mark Dice, the thing about the guy, you know, he's got a lot of good information, but he's good on certain things, but he's not cutting edge. He's not at the tip of the beak. But he's definitely controlled, cradle to grave, New World Order sock puppet all the way. We could do flat on the streets. Exactly. You could be a flat earth Mark Dice. Look at his tactics. Borrow those tactics. Going on the street, asking people questions. Like what Mark would do is he'd walk around with a clipboard and he would ask people, you know, what's the capital of America? And like nobody would know. Well, you could walk around with a clipboard. How far is the moon? And you could expose the ignorance of the average Globie. You could do it Mark Dice style. You could totally pull that off. Bowman 1987 says Mark Dice is River Phoenix. Correct. Make flat Earth great again. Exactly, I like that. Yeah, Spec, if you want to get unbanned, send me a wrench. There's a good chance you said something wrong. You know, my wrench squad, they don't ban people for no reason. Now, who's your daddy? If you're still in here, who's your daddy was the one who's putting out a lot of these excellent memes. I want you to share your Twitter account. if you don't mind. And so everyone, if you have a Twitter account, be sure to retweet these things. If you don't have one, start one. We need to spread these things around, but we need to get a list of all these people here. Milo, Lauren Southern, Paul Watson. We need to send tweets to them. And Machiavelli, you say people appear to be hypnotized. They are hypnotized. There's a great deal of hypnosis. Like, I don't think that they're going to do anything that will disrupt your internet connection. They're not going to wreck the infrastructure. They need it. They need us to be entranced. Marcus says, you convinced your brother the earth is flat? Oh no, don't worry about convincing people. Listen, at best you're going to get a purple pillar over to the red, or chase him back into the blue. But right now we need to focus on the people who are literally already prepared to deal with what's next, after Globe. We just don't have time for the stragglers. And look at any new technology, any new trend. It's not adopted by everybody at once. A new scientific theory. It's not all at once. It's always a little bit at a time. It's a trickle. You have the early adopters. You have a early majority. Then you have the big swarms of people. And then you have the laggards. Not everybody went to smartphone right away. Not everybody wanted to get on cell phones. A lot of people are cool not being followed around wherever they go. But then the culture changed, largely because of 9/11. 9/11 actually caused a lot of people to want to get cell phones, if you remember. In fact, it's kind of a fascinating development. If you look at how the attitudes changed with regards to the idea of being accessible everywhere with 9/11. They pushed cell phones like crazy. 9/12, 9/13, and I kind of think it's not a coincidence that this latest school shooting in San Bernardino, the big narrative for that psyop was parents don't know where their kids are. If only they had some kind of an app for the teachers to be able to give their parents emergency warning messages or something. It's all about advancing agendas, all about getting you to give up your privacy, to give up the idea that you should have a private life and that you should be able to escape the all-seeing eye at all. Exactly, the government started giving away phones after 9/11. See, this is all intentional. And so my point being is that just because the people in your family don't understand it, don't see eye to eye on this thing, aren't even close, don't think they won't later. It's always a minority of people at the beginning, and something has to happen. They have to kind of like, a lot of people go with the flow, in other words. You should just be thankful that you're not one of those people. You know, you're someone who's not constrained by the consensus. It means you're ahead of the curve. In fact, someone needs to come up with some type of meme with that about flat Earth being, quote, ahead of the curve. Now, what you can do to help break the spell is get them to unplug from the mainstream media, get them to unplug from mainstream propaganda, and to get them to understand that there is no real separation between entertainment, Hollywood, and the mainstream media networks. They're all the same. ISA says a group of penguins in the water is called a raft. A group of penguins on land is called a waddle. Other collective nouns for penguins include rookery, colony, and huddle. Now that's good. Good find. We could totally use all that. Very good stuff. Copied and pasted. Julian says that's why people need to get together. Yeah, the next phase of this thing is more in-person, face-to-face meetups, like they have in Denver. The billboard being organized in Colorado is from a group there in person. I think they have like 30 people that all hang out together. They get into a flat earth huddle, a rookery. Panic Williams says the 9/11 believers baffle me. Yeah, me too. Like, I forget sometimes that some people believe the official story of 9/11. Like, to me, that's just like jaw-droppingly startling. Like, are you serious? Flat earthers hit the curveball out of the park. Exactly. Penguins are the true guardians of the galaxy. Thank you for that, Spakeface. Let me go ahead and hit you up with the wrench. Gnosticism is the anti-religion. Religion is the inculcation of ignorance. Religion is designed to cut you off of the knowledge of the true creator so that you worship some regional war god who's actually an amalgamation of many gods. You know, the Abrahamic faiths, it's all based on this astrotheological cult. They all worship Saturn. They all worship Jupiter. They all worship Venus. They all worship the sun. Not that there's anything wrong with this in itself, but what I'm saying is that these religions are there to get you to worship their idols in their way. And it's not spirituality. You know, religion and spirituality are two different things. Gnosticism is not a religion. Gnosticism just means knowledge. It means direct knowledge, direct connection. It means you don't need a mediator. So, engage, like right now, if you get your media, your information firsthand, if you're a gonzo journalist, you could call gonzo journalism Gnostic journalism. It means that you're not mediated, you're going right to the source, you're getting direct knowledge. The idea of Gnostic just means first-hand knowledge, not second-hand through a priest with a funny fish god hat. Or some guy with pointy eyebrows and a smock telling you he's an authority, that you should just listen to whatever he says. Marcus, can you call me and let me know the earth is flat? Yeah, I could start taking calls. But you'll notice, though, a lot of Bible thumpers equate Gnosticism with devil worship. They think it's evil. They call it the religion of the fallen angels. I mean, these people are so... And it's not their fault. Their preachers make them paranoid. And Gnostics have always been kind of given the shaft as being somehow evil or rebellious because they were demonized by the church. You know the expression of, they were persecuted for it, the Cathars. The expression, kill them all, let God sort them out. That expression came from a cardinal from the Vatican, who basically was pointing out that here's a village of people who are both loyal to the church, and there's a lot of Gnostics here. How do we know who is who? Kill them all. Let God sort them out. So, if there is any, you know, I think that all true spirituality is Gnosticism. It doesn't have to be this Gnostic Christ. It doesn't have to be in that particular configuration. Any form of spiritual practice from around the world that involves you having a direct connection to the source, to the creator, whatever you want to call it, it's all Gnostic. Chess says it could be an FTM with a mullet. Are you talking about FEPE? James Dean, exactly. Yeah, I have a feeling that once you see reality and cognitive harmony reaching down into the actual indoctrination camps, the state-sponsored indoctrination camps that aren't teaching true science, they're teaching scientism, scientific illiteracy, and a whole bunch of garbage, like global warming. Once the people in these indoctrination centers wake up and they start rejecting the BS, we will know the tipping point has been reached. Saturn worship, who said that? Yeah, Abraham. Listen, Abraham in the Bible. Abraham in the Bible, all the Abrahamic faiths, he is Saturn. Look it up. Yep, individual, hey, someone here has a comment here, Gnosticism would scare the religious people because it promotes sovereignty. Yes, because religions are all collectivist organizations. And no matter what kind of collectivist organization you have, the enemy to it will always be the individual. You know, individualism, individual sovereignty, is the enemy of globalism, of the globe itself, of the state, this idea of stateism. You can't be more anti-statist, you can't be more counter status quo than flat earth, which is the true red pill. Woke Steve, isn't Pepe genderless? Yeah, probably. Gender fluid. I don't know about Fepe. I'm not gonna impose anything. You know, he's a penguin. Sven Legend, Fepe is awesome. Who made it? We don't know. I don't know. Not sure. 1 minute we were talking about I don't know what we were talking about actually. He just sort of showed up on the scene. He just popped up. And this I got distracted because the instant that FEPE popped up on my screen, there's a knock on my door, and some neighbor had returned the wallet that disappeared a couple days ago. Toto call says he needs a black beak. He looks more like a duck beak. I don't know about that, man. A black beak. You could try it. Someone else did it. Do what you want with him. Honestly, he's open source. Most people have agreed that that beak looks like a slice of cheese with a milk mustache, that he's got a slight mullet, and he's got the widow's peak of a Planet of the Apes character. Atheism is a religion. It's true. Well, here's the thing. The people who call themselves atheists today, they're not atheists. They're not. At best, you could call them anti-religion, but even then it doesn't really matter because most of them believe in heliocentrism. They all worship the state religion. Like the Amazing Atheist, right? The Amazing Atheist is the most well-known atheist on YouTube. He was on the Drunken Peasants, in fact. In fact, he was talking about flat Earth today because of us. Well, the Amazing Atheist believes in global warming, which is a doomsday cult. It's the Jesuit futurist cult of the Second Coming recast as a scientific, or rather as a it's pretty much like the Second Coming but with a scientific interpretation. Like, how can you make sin result in the world being destroyed? Well, you change sin into carbon footprint, and then you change God's outpouring of wrath with the globe's outpouring of wrath. Like, you see what they did there? They dressed up the Jesuit futurism with science. And so the atheists, yeah, woke Steve, exactly. The atheists, they are false atheists. They believe in the religion of scientism. So it's 100% a religion. And I say that there are no atheists on flat Earth because, well, there really aren't. It's not really possible. I think in order to create the atheist, the godless, the one who doesn't believe in a creator, to cut people off of a creator, they really did have to invent the whole spinning ball paradigm. This evolution, the Big Bang, accidents, biological accidents, insignificant, soulless accidents of nature. I mean, they literally have created a misanthropic nihilistic belief system in order to kill the very existence of the soul. In fact, do any of you listen to Deep Thoughts? I gotta find his YouTube channel link. I'm subscribed to him. He talked about that today. About how the soul has been kind of left out of the sciences, which is interesting. And just, my take on this thing, though, is that the elite might keep the soul, like psychiatry, DSM-4, DSM-5. Where's the soul? It's not in there. But just because it's not in there doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means that they don't want us to know about it, the science of the soul. Everything has an esoteric and an exoteric version. They give us the exoteric bullshit, and they keep the true knowledge themselves. So, when we have the mother lode of all WikiLeaks, when we've undermined, when we've utterly discredited the false matrix, the ball paradigm, when we get access to all the secrets they've been keeping from us, we're going to find the true maps, and we're going to rediscover the true science of the soul. We're going to figure out everything that has been kept out of the public's eye for who knows how long. Because they swear oaths to keep us in the dark. Kyle says, if you missed FEPE's birth this afternoon, here's the video of it. Thanks for the link. I'll check that out. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and bookmark it. 1 second. Subscribe to Kyle McDonald's channel, by the way. If you're a content creator, if you just started, or if you've been putting out videos for a long time, post a link. We need to get into this habit of mutually supporting each other's channels. Okay, so I wanted to log in here tonight and talk about FEPE, talk about tomorrow's launch. What time is the SpaceX launch, by the way? Charlie Butler, what's the deal with flat blood over intent? Don't know. Blood over intent, it might be cool or whatever, but you know, it's not tip of the beak. But it's good, it's fine. We need people to look at every single possibility. I like the idea of a ritualistic self-initiation as a way of declaring one's sovereignty. To me, blood over intent is a form of globe exit. So, in that respect, I do back it. It's really not my thing, though, but I'm totally open to it. To people doing whatever it takes to psychologically and spiritually and emotionally separate themselves from the beast matrix. And that's kind of what I get out of his content, so I'm cool with it. Hey, Keanu, my wallet's back. Yeah, by the way, my wallet disappeared. I declared it lost. I spent the day canceling credit cards and preparing to go to the DMV. And somebody posted FEPE. He emerged. And the instant I saw him on the screen, I hear a knock at my door. And some neighbor with her dog says, "Hey, I got your wallet." Thanks for sending me the email. I'll check that out. Decent Sunspot says, if you ban or silence people who ask questions, it makes this controlled opposition. Okay, you don't understand the rules here. You don't understand our purpose or intent. You don't understand any of it, so you lose your wrench. Make another naysaying comment, somebody will ban you. There are other rooms where you can go debate, but we're not debating here. This is tip of the beak. This is cutting edge of societal evolution. There are other places to go. Freedom of speech doesn't mean that everybody gets a platform everywhere. Freedom of speech means Big Brother can't tell you to STFU. Freedom of speech doesn't matter here. This is a think tank. We need quality control. And if you're coming over here with contrarian opinions, go form your own think tank. Go form your own channel. We're all focused on one thing. The fact that the earth is flat. And so you can, if you want to be at the back of the bus, if you want to hold the spear, you don't want to be at the tip, that's cool, whatever. But this isn't the place for you. The people here in blue, the people here holding the wrenches, they know the rules. No agenda thumpers. Whether you're thumping a Bible, a Mein Kampf, a globe, if you're a commie, or if you're just a plain old naysayer, you're going to get blocked out of here. Don't be a fool. I follow people who want to spread truth, true love, and peace. Okay, somebody deal with decent sunspots. 3, 2, 1. Oh, beat me to it. The Warlock. Good job. Good one. This has been the case every time. You guys are so quick on the draw. I'm reaching for the mouse. I get my finger on the button. I'm about to whack the person, and someone else beats me to it. I haven't had to ban anybody in weeks because other people are so quick on the draw. Thanks, man. Hey, what's up, Blaze? What'd you miss? Somebody post a link to the video showing the founding, the creation, the emergence of FEPE the Penguin. We've been talking about the need for a mascot, a meme, a Trojan horse meme that can do for Flat Earth what Pepe the Frog did for the alt-right. And we said we need the Flat Earth Pepe. And it's got to be an Emperor Penguin because the Emperor Penguin guards the outer ring. And before you know it, this comes up. If you want to see all kinds of different versions of it, go over to Twitter right now, hit hashtag FEPE, Flat Earth Pepe, or it stands for Flat Earth People Everywhere. Interest in Hero says, Infinite Plane Society is an infinite meme society. Yeah, it's true. This think tank continues to be an infinite meme generator. It's a meme factory. It's an idea factory because of quality control. It wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the fact that we all have wrenches. Like I keep saying, an armed society is a polite society. If we didn't have wrenches like this, dispersed like this, we would have 50 globies, 20 trolls, and a bunch of just people here creating distraction and drama. And one of the main tacks of the enemy, of the trolls, of the shills, of the agents, is going to be to get us to focus on personalities, on individuals, and on what happened yesterday, on drama from last year, on drama from right now. They don't want us thinking about 3 months from now what changes we can make. They don't want us planning for 6 months from now. They don't want us thinking as though we are already in a post-globe society. And we are. That's why we're tip of the beak. That's why they hate us. And so when you see these trolls coming along trying to say, hey, this is IPS's address, or hey, this is so-and-so's real name, track this person down, dox this person, ignore it. Because none of these people are going to matter in 6 months. When this thing swells. Exactly, Spakeface, hashtag beak tippers. And I've seen them pick the tactics up, like in the last 3 or 4 days. Actually, it's been longer, the last week I would say. Ever since these live streams have been picking up, and more people are sharing live streams, and we're getting cross-platform, the trolls have been picking up their pace. There's like Earth Discussions 2.0. They used to sit there and talk about how much they love the ball. Now they spend all of their time monitoring our live streams and trying to shut us down. So, you're over the target when we start hitting the flak. And now that they see this, like today, they were spying on us real time. And when FEPE emerged, man, those guys, they were literally pissing themselves. Let's see what you got there, Joey Lee. Oh man, that's messed up. These memes are freaking awesome. FEPE's flat beak, just the tip. I don't know what that means, but it's funny. So as you will see here, I'm on Facebook and I'm posting it. And I'm adding the hashtag on Facebook for the first time I'm putting here. FEPE, flat earth, and use the @ ODD TV. Put an @ and link other flat earthers that you know. Flat earth groups like Flat Earth Wiki. Just tag the hell out of every single post that you make. That's kind of important that we make a habit out of that. Thanks for sharing that. We need to make a habit out of tweeting and sharing and hashtagging. That way it makes it easier for other people to reinforce it and retweet it, share it. And whenever I share things on Twitter, I hit the @ symbol and I send it to random people. Oh, Mark Thomas, good observation. Pepe is FEPE after taking the red pill. Or the FEPE is Pepe after taking the red pill. A frog turning into an emperor penguin. It could happen. You uploaded his birth video to Facebook. Can't wait to see it. What's up, what world? Yay, on a plane is back. Toss a wrench that way. Oh man, he got timed out. Yeah, you get caught in the crossfire, but hey, don't take it personally. If you're legit and you get wrenched, it's because one of our principles here is that it is a lot better. It's actually better that 10 innocent people get banned than one guilty troll go free. We err on the side of caution. We err on the side of paranoia. But the results speak for themselves. Joseph Green says, peace and love, everybody. Dog needs a walk. Looking forward to making this happen. Just launched a merch shop. If anybody's interested, redbubble.com. Absolutely. What I'm going to be doing, one of the reasons here we go, 1 second. Good work, man. Okay. Yeah, one of the things I want to do with this whole art show, getting people in person, it's all about getting people involved in e-commerce. There's no better way to spread information around, to spread ideas around, than to get it into the marketplace, the free market of ideas. Just spread it out there, get it onto products, get it onto shirts, get it onto anything you possibly can. Conversation starters. As you saw earlier, if you were here earlier, Kyle did a painting, a 48-inch by 48-inch painting of FEPE the penguin. By the way, did you use a projector? Because that was that was perfect. Megan Swan says, my teacher couldn't answer me when I asked how large a body has to be before it generates its own gravity. Man, that's a good question. That's actually a rather good question. Let me go ahead and copy and paste that. Man, that's heavy. We need questions like this. In fact, we need to build a list of questions that teachers can't answer. And then pass that out. Because, I was talking earlier today about how I want to start a series of videos where it's open letters. And you can write these too. If you write them, I will read them on a video if you don't want to do it. So, like an open letter to high school graduates 2017. Dear graduates, you just got out of the indoctrination camp where you were packed full of garbage and BS. This is the truth. Research it. That kind of thing. Well, we can create a list of questions that teachers can't answer and have, dear high school students, you're being lied to. Your teachers cannot answer these questions. They cannot reconcile these contradictions. Call them out. We need to empower people to be their own debunkers, to ask the right questions. And that's what it is. We just got to expose the deception. We're not telling people what to believe. We're just trying to point out the holes in the theory, in the flaw, in the model. So many excellent comments. What percentage of people worldwide do you think are awake to the shape of the earth? Good question. See, I happen to think that even though most people believe in what they're told, because the globe is the default belief, most of them, they believe it, but they don't know it. So how many people know what they're on? The only people who know the shape of the earth are flat earthers. Everyone else believes. And that's an important distinction. Knowledge and belief are two different things, right? And so only flat earthers have the knowledge that they're on what they know, because we're the only ones who've tested it. And those who believe they're on a ball have taken their belief off of CGI and lies and indoctrination. And for the most part, I think that most of these people who only believe they're on a globe, they're going to go with the flow. They're going to go with the facts. They're going to go with reality and cognitive harmony once we continue to expose, once we fully discredited this thing. I mean, you've seen it happen in your own life. You've seen how the transition works. Truth is self-evident. Lies require constant reapplication. That's why they can't afford to lose their mainstream media propaganda weapon against us. That's why the psychological warfare, they can't afford to turn it off for a day or two. They need you constantly plugged in. And again, I want to draw your attention to this, because the reason why this meme is so important is that it's a Trojan horse. And this is a concept I think is very important to what we're doing. And it's about guerrilla ontology. Exposing individuals to radical ideas, thoughts, and words to induce cognitive dissonance, to cause discomfort, and to cause people to question their belief systems. But look at the last sentence here. The ultimate goal of guerrilla ontology is to promote positive brain change and a new way of experiencing and adapting to reality. Okay, well, cognitive harmony is what we're bringing about. That's the positive brain change. That's the new way of experiencing reality. In fact, it's the only way of experiencing reality. Cognitive dissonance induced by the globe puts you into a state of unreality, surreality, faux reality. This is the real thing. We are experiencing the real thing, and we're literally the only ones. Which is, hey, I like that meme there, Mr. Robot. And see, that's why we are, and this is an article on Wikipedia, by the way. We're the only ones who are truly experiencing cognitive harmony, and that's not a statement out of arrogance. It's not like we're better. It's just saying that it's the truth. That until you've dropped the deception, until you've left the cult, and they're in a cult, you're in a state of induced cognitive dissonance. You're being gaslit. We are rejecting the gaslighting. So it is an accurate statement to say that flat earthers are the only ones experiencing cognitive harmony. We're the only ones in reality. The purpose of this guerrilla ontology thing is spreading ideas. Like every time we go to a chat room, we talk about flat earth and we change the conversation, we're leading them closer to cognitive harmony. We're leading him closer to this positive brain change, this new way of experiencing and adapting to reality. Exactly, Julian. Humanity has a collective codependent relationship with the authoritarianism inherent in big government, big religion. It's a relationship with a narcissistic construct that gaslights us in order to maintain its control over us. And so, yeah, we are literally the tip of the beak. And the reason why we need memes is because they carry these ideas, Trojan horse style. And I think it's literally true, and it can be demonstrated that the whole Pepe the Frog thing literally was like a catalyst for ideas that helped drive the alt-right forward and they kind of radicalized, you could say, the right, which needed to happen. And so what we're seeing here with this FEPE thing is this is representing this meme. What it carries with it is this idea that we need to go to the edge. What does the emperor penguin represent? He's at the edge, at the Antarctic ring. We need to push this thing to the edge. Alt-right means they're moving away from big government, which is good, moving towards limited government, away from big state solutions, like rejecting the claims of the environmentalist wackos and global warming. Yeah, that's fine, but it's not far enough. That's why when that crazy blonde chick from the belly of the beast was following us around calling us flat-tards, I'm like, hey lady, you're on the alt-right. You know what it's like to be called a Nazi for going a little too far outside of the mainstream. We're on your side. And so that's why we're reaching out to these alt-right figures and the purple pillars and the purple pillars, because they're so close. But yeah, this is the next phase. That's why he has the eyes of Pepe the Frog. I think the meme, mimetic magic, if we're talking about mimetic magic, sigils, the egregore, whatever you want to call this thing, yeah, we're co-opting it. We're appropriating it, and we've improved it. This is like Pepe 2.0, Pepe 3.0. Woke Steve says they're called airplanes, not air spheres. Kyle McDonald, thanks for the link. Hey, and by the way, those of you who are new here, I had some people say, hey, you got too many wrenches. What's up with your chat room? The reason for the wrenches isn't so we can, ban people. I mean, that's an important function of it. It's about maintaining order, but it's also to share content. Children's flat earth songs, yes. Make flat earth cartoons for kids. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, anything it takes. Thanks for the link, Zombie Feathers, and post a link to your GoFundMe account for the billboard so everyone can bookmark it. And we're going to have to do a live call one of these days, maybe this weekend. And we'll talk about, how about this? The next billboard goes up on June 7th, and it's a go. It's been approved. So how about maybe before then, or June 7th, let's do another hangout, have you on the line, and we'll talk about your billboard. And see if we can get that thing funded. Flat is beautiful, says B. Scott Tube. Hey, nice to see you here, man. That's Fepe, the flat earth Pepe. Definitely a Trojan horse meme. Can't keep up with all these links. Keep posting them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just wrapping this up really quick here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a resource website for us to use. It'll be the Flat Earth Consortium, and I'll post a link, and it'll have links to all the billboards that need to be funded, to all of the live streams, to memes, to all the resources you need to best engage the enemy. Henry says the system is tied to a feedback loop that is connected between the brain and the system. The brain experiences what the system puts out. However, the system is motivated or shaped by the input. Exactly. Garbage in, garbage out. And I've been saying lately that thinking for yourself is not enough anymore. that now you have to perceive for yourself. Because what we're thinking about, even when we're independent thinkers, is still being filtered by their false perceptions that they have handed to us. Like we have our perceptions filtered. So we're told that we're on a ball, so all of our thoughts originate with that as a premise and everything that comes with it. And so to perceive for yourself means that you have to reject all of the surreality, the CGI, the illusion, the delusion, the lies, and then, only then, can you actually be truly and objectively thinking for yourself. And what they're doing is they're engineering a Truman Show reality for the next generation in which all of their perceptions have been altered and filtered and disconnected from reality. They're putting people into an alternative reality. It's essentially going to be a computer-generated reality for the future generations. They will think they're on a multi-planetary civilization. It's just amazing how deep they're going with this thing. It's sadistic, it's evil, it's cruel. It's like this super high-tech neo-serfdom. And it's already been designed. The architecture's there. They've already built it. So it's our job to discredit the thing. And exactly, 1984. It's going to be 1984 as far as its structure, but it's going to feel like and look like the Brave New World because the people in it won't even know they're enslaved. You know, the Brave New World starts out with a scene where they're damaging the test tube babies so that they don't develop too much mentally because they need to use them as slaves. And that's what they're doing. They're going to create happy, drugged up, unquestioning, obedient slaves. And they're definitely all about cradle to grave. And the whole test tube baby, modifying the test tube baby, you know that's not new. Aldous Huxley wrote The Brave New World, and it's all about, let's create these things from birth and make them the way they need to be to best serve the state. Well, that's Plato's Republic. In Plato's Republic, he said, we tell everybody that they were born in the mud, and that they were bronze, and that they were born to serve the gold. So you're born in the bronze class, you got to serve the elite who are the gold. I mean, test tube babies born from the mud, see the parallel? It's the same crap. Same philosophy. Same control system. Scientific veneer. This thing is so ancient. I mean, that's really been the point of my channel from day one. Let's stay away from the 500-year timeline and recognize that this thing is ancient. Allegory of the cave, exactly. Like the allegory of the cave describes perfectly what we're dealing with. The flat earthers are those who have walked out, who have stopped paying attention to the shadows on the wall. We come back in, and the people who are still staring at the shadows on the wall think we're crazy. Plato's cave was a real thing, it wasn't hypothetical. Yeah, you want to know what Plato's cave looks like today? It's every classroom, it's every mainstream church service, it's every movie theater, it's Netflix. You know, Netflix and chill is Plato's cave. It's CNN. It's the whole bread and circuses. What do I think about the Boston Dynamics? What is that? Is that a team? If NASA said FEPE was real, penguin people would believe it. I agree. Jay Leno's chin says, your devil is the shadow of your God. Osho. Plato's cave is where Osama bin Laden directed 9/11 from, says Pono Ku. Agreed. 9/11 was a total Plato's cave operation. It was designed to keep people in the cave. It's designed to scare you, to keep you from leaving the cave and to keep your eyes glued to the screen. Ann Reynolds says, check out the latest NASA tech. YouTube, ISIS, Live, Unmasked. The final nail in the coffin. This is how they tricked the world. Thanks for your comment, Ann. I gave you a moderator wrench. Please spam that link so we can all bookmark it. Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole says, are you a robot? Just asking. Actually, you know, to be completely honest, because I think you can all handle it, there's 3 of us. I'm triplets. Each of us has an 8-hour shift. Flat earthers don't need sleep. No sleep till flat earth. Did all of you see that shirt? Yeah, let me put this up for you. Oh man, I'm getting such incredible memes popping up here. I can't even keep up. And I'm going to consolidate it for your benefit. So tomorrow morning you're going to wake up to a number of resources for you to use. Donates money to streamers. They get pissed. I love it. That's awesome. Good work. And now look at this. And this is to answer your question deep inside the rabbit hole. This shirt, if you want a copy of it, I'll post a link. No sleep till flat earth. You know, honestly, this is a good shirt and I haven't purchased it yet, but maybe we ought to change these three faces from the Beastie Boys to like ODD in the middle with the hat. We'll put Mark Sargent, maybe who, I don't know who else is a face on here, but anyway, you see what I mean? Put some prominent flat earthers up here, maybe Matt Boylan. That would be kind of cool. But anyway, I like it. I like the shirt anyway, regardless. Indefatigable flat earth activist. Exactly. Jessica's asking if I slept. Yeah, actually I did sleep. After my neighbor returned my wallet, I finally had money accessible to me, so I picked up some food and I took a nap. So, IPS, play 30 seconds. Boston Dynamics. Okay. I'll look into that. I'll be all these links you give me, I bookmark them and I file them and I promote them. JTRU, you need a globe shirt. In fact, send me an email, infiniteplainsociety@gmail.com, if you have any links that you want me to promote on my channel. No, we haven't yet. Send me an email, JTRU, and I'll take care of that. We had someone today say he wanted 50 flat earth bumper stickers, right? How much would they be? And I said, if you want to buy 50, I'll get you the best rate I can and I'll pitch on it. So a number of people saw that and they contributed to Super Chat. So basically, I was able to reduce the guy's cost for his 50 bumper stickers. So he's getting 50 flat earth bumper stickers sent to him in Miami. I don't know what he's going to do with them, but he said he has some plans, so hopefully it turns into something. I could see doing quite a lot. Not that I'm talking about vandalizing, but there are so many just different things you can put them on. Plus, people like stuff like that. You know, you can go to a cafe where people have laptops and offer them free bumper stickers for the back of the laptop, and you know, people are receptive. They'll take a free sticker. Bill Hake, we should have a magnetic bumper sticker and put them on other people's cars. Great way to troll. Leaves no damage. Yeah, exactly. Good one. Put it on the back of a truck. No sleep till FEPE. Put flat earth bumper stickers on cop cars and film it. You know who used to do that is the Church of Euthanasia. They used to put anti-human, because they're just, I don't know, disgusting group. But anyway, that was one of their tactics, was to put things on cop cars. I don't recommend it, but if you're going to do it, if you're going to do anything, film it. But if you do go to jail, make sure you tell them your name is Mark Sargent. So when it shows up on the news, Mark Sargent was caught putting a flat earth bumper sticker on a cop car. Because we're all Mark Sargent. Mark Sargent's an open source flat earth activist. He is the Guy Fawkes of flat earth. We are all Mark Sargent. Now, somebody earlier was asking about the fortune cookies. I didn't miss your comment. That's why I'm always taking notes. People make fun of me for taking notes all the time. I take notes because, you know, short-term memory is short-term memory. Well, the fortune cookies, I found a company, 59 bucks, 50 fortune cookies. And so what I'm going to do, they're all individually wrapped, and you can have your own memes or ideas or statements or fortunes put into the cookies. So I'm going to have a bag of flat earth fortune cookies put on order, and I'm going to divide the 50 into probably 3 packs of Yeah, I'll probably do three packs of. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I was thinking about doing 4, but I want to make sure there's good variety. But anyway, I'm going to divide it up, and I'm going to sell Flat Earth fortune cookies. And it looks like I'll be able to get the price down with shipping to under $10 or whatever. But think about the power of that. You got, on your kitchen table, you got a bowl with fortune cookies. Your neighbors come by, your friends come by. Yeah, take a cookie. It's individually wrapped, so they throw it in their purse, put it in their pocket. Later, they open it, thinking they're going to get some type of fortune, some type of ambiguous statement, but no, they get something that's unambiguous. Hey man, the world's flat. Wake the F up. Start writing flat earth on money, says Jonathan. Agreed. Write it on everything. Earlier today, someone sent me an image, and I'll put it on the screen right now. He went to Chili's where they have the kiosk, the little digital screen, the little tablet where you place your order. And it says, if you have any comments, leave them on the screen. So he typed in research flat earth. Yeah, hey, thanks about the fortune cookie idea. I think it's a great idea. People will buy them, they'll want them. Just to deploy as a tool to disseminate memes and ideas. See that? Look at that, the screen. It says, are there any final comments you would like to make regarding your visit? Thank you. Hashtag research flat earth. How about flyers at the airport? Good idea. So, hey, what I'm doing with these comments you leave, the good hashtags, I'm building a collection. Like I said, I'm going to probably get to work on that now. I've already been on for 3 hours. I want to have a website set up. Somebody already donated the site. It was the other day. It's called the Flat Earth Consortium, but it's going to be a resource for memes, videos, open source content. There's content that you can use to upload, videos you can mirror. We're going to have links to all the live streams. Anybody who's doing commerce, anybody who has a store, if you have any products related to Flat Earth that you're selling, we'll be promoting them at the Flat Earth Consortium. Go into a Chinese restaurant and replace their fortune cookies. Yeah. Hey, Flat Earth Mexican. I don't know if he's in here, but Flat Earth Mexican has a restaurant, and I was like, man, I'll send him a bag. He can put it at the counter for customers as they leave. Isa says, I got Flat Earth coffee as a gift from a family member. I was looking into private labeling my own brand of toothpaste, because I've been saying, the genie's out of the bottle, the horses have left the barn, the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't stop this whole flat earth thing. And I was like, well, I'll make flat earth toothpaste, non-fluoridated of course, and just have a flat earth label on it. I found a distributor, not difficult to do, and it's not that expensive. You just have to be willing to purchase 1,000 at once, which I wouldn't mind doing. They even I just sent it to a distribution center. I'd consider doing it. It would just mean, if I know that there would be if I'd be able to gin up enough business, and I think I could. Spec says I'd buy it. See, I would. And the thing is, when you sell something like that, you could have it sold on a subscription basis. So you get your your fluoride-free flat earth toothpaste, in the mail or by shipped to you every 2 weeks or every month, whatever it is, depending on how many people in your house. But yeah, flat white. But Amazon, exactly. I have an Amazon store, so I have to get approved for that category. I think I already am. But anyway, the idea is kind of funny. I thought, the toothpaste is out of the tube. Now that I think about it, like I said, the minimum order was 1,000. It'd be a nice birthday gift too. You're right about that. Blah blah Tuesday. Flat Earth condoms. Interesting. Although, yeah, I guess that is a good idea. But I was just thinking about it for a minute. I'm like, well, we kind of want to encourage people to have more Flat Earth children, but who am I to? That's actually a good idea for a product. I could see that selling. Look into it. Just do a web search. Do a web search for private label condoms and see how much it costs to get your label put on something. The Warlock says you can rewrite any book with a flat Earth spin. Exactly. Dragonlord says, when did you come to the realization of flat Earth? But now, as far as the flat Earth toothpaste thing, I think it's funny, but at the same time, um, we need to be thinking about ways that we can facilitate the spread of this information as fast as we can. And the thing is, Jonathan Simpson, business cards, yep. Spakeface says flat earthers need to procreate. That's kind of what I was suggesting. It would turn into an oblong phalloid. Rusted Soul says it would turn into the oblong phalloid. Good word, phalloid, I like it. But with regards to the idea of e-commerce, and a lot of people gave me flack about this for a long time, but think about it. We need billboards to proliferate. We need these ideas to spread, and it's not going to happen without money. Money is the mother's milk of politics. Blah Blah Tuesday said, I'm naming my first kid Fepe. Kyle McDonald, sell random scraps of paper and plastic and glass and packaging to Globies on the package. Great for recycling. They buy it to recycle and solve their guilt. That's kind of funny. There's a recycling center that I go that's in front of this place I go to for coffee every day, and I watch all these Globies recycling. It's like these people think they're saving the planet. And you're right, I could probably go there to the recycling bins, package the stuff up like broken glass in a package, and then go sell it to a Globie. That's too funny, man. Zombie Feather says, one of the most powerful comments you can leave is, quote, please prove flat Earth because so far no one can. Exactly. Kung Fu Dodger, watch the film Life. They show you how they fake the ISS. Here's a mod stat. Here's your wrench. You can share that link. Jonathan Simpson, put up missing globe posters. I've seen some missing curve memes. You just made this GIF meme, do I think? Let me take a look. Oh, this is good. Okay, so if you're looking at the screen, come to Fepe. I can change your mind. It's rather hypnotic. So what I'm going to do here is tweet this thing. Again, this is the standard operating procedure. When you're retweeting something, it's not enough to retweet it to your followers. You got to hit the hashtag FEPE, hashtag flat earth, and then send it to somebody that you know. And share. Thanks for sharing that. I'm going to be putting, like I said, I'm going to have a resource site, the Flat Earth Consortium, where you'll be able to have one place to go where you can get all the latest memes, where you can share your memes. I'll consolidate them. IPS, no, I'm not in the UK. Is that what you're asking? What time is the balloon launch? Somebody please post that. Flat Earth rolling papers, says Mark Thomas. Oh no, Pono Ku, that's a good idea. Big Bang Milky Way condoms? Any Flat Earth activity in Chicago? Yes, there are a lot of people in Chicago actually. We did a shout out today. We were like, hey, shout the name of your city out. And there's like 5 or 6 people here from Chicago. What I'm also doing is I'm going to put a master list of Twitter accounts and YouTube accounts to follow. And then also Twitter accounts to tweet to. So that's what I'm going to get working on. I think I'm just about through here. Any other final questions? Do I need to take calls? Or are we good to go? Your new Tyson Flat Earth meme, thanks for that. Okay, so it's going to be at 5:07. So here's what I'm going to do. It's 5:07 a.m. Are you kidding me? That's when they're doing it? What is my stance on cryptocurrency? I'm 100% in favor of it. Anything to facilitate voluntary exchange, e-commerce, commerce in general, anything to facilitate it without giving a cut to the beast matrix. Anything that takes away from their power is fine by me. In fact, if you look at the description there, I have some links here for people who want to. I guess I did something wrong with one of those links. Bitcoin. I'm investing in a cryptocurrency. I'm starting to. We want a FEPE coin. I think we should go like a fiat coin. I mean, a flat coin. Absolutely. Yeah, Bitcoin's been blowing up. It's interesting to watch. So I'm just getting started at that. So it's going to be at 5:07 p.m. Okay. Good night, Sean Hemmings. I'm going to set up a hangout for 4:30 p.m. That way we can prepare for the next SpaceX launch. Question: if Antarctica is the ice ring, does it mean that the plane is made of water? Because water is heavier than ice and ice floats. What contains the water on the plane unless the plane is water? Now that's interesting. Spec says Bitcoin was taken over by the CIA. Well, whatever, as long as it facilitates. I mean, you can trade beaver pelts if you want to, but the more ways that you can accept money, spread money around, invest, purchase, anything to grease the skids of commerce, it's cool with me. I mean, not everybody's on PayPal, but use it just diverse. Make it as diverse as possible. My Shopify store accepts Amazon Pay, Bitcoin, PayPal, all the different credit cards, and everything. I don't trade fur. I don't accept beaver pelts, but whatever's effective. I'm totally for barter. I do it all the time. Someone's like, if they're willing to exchange art for websites or whatever, barter's cool too. So many ways to engage in this thing. And see, money's not the root of all evil. Money's just a tool. Stefan said you're sorry. You said I'm sorry. I'm looking back at your previous comment so I can see what you're sorry about. No reason to say sorry. There's no, facts don't care about feelings. We're all objective here, and we're allowed to disagree. We're encouraged to disagree, in fact. So it is going to be 5:07 p.m. Okay, well, tomorrow's SpaceX's next launch. Toxic Lucidity says Bitcoin is decentralized for as long as anyone not associated with the CIA running Bitcoin node on the network, it cannot be centralized. Precisely. Blah Blah Tuesday says I have paid for beaver before. Lol, says Spec. Trading fur means having. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a euphemism for that. Interesting. Mr. E's Cool says, I use salt and shells to pay for things. Steemit has just married cryptocurrency with social media. Exactly. If you go to the flatearthreport.com right now, you'll see an article by Mr. Drobot who's doing reviews into the subtext and predictive programming in popular video games. And if you go to the Flat Earth Report and you click the link to read that article, you'll see it's hosted on Steemit. I'm encouraging all of the writers who contribute to the Daily Plane or the Flat Earth Report to put your content on Steemit so you can host it on our sites, but that's so that you're getting paid. You're actually earning cryptocurrency for the content you create. Dragonlord says, it annoys me when people say capitalism and money is bad. It works brilliantly. The corruption is the problem. Exactly. It's almost like saying words are bad. It's like, no, words are not bad. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Money's not evil. Evil people are evil. Whether they're doing evil deeds with stuff purchased with cash or with beaver pelts, doesn't make a difference. Money's just a tool. There you go, Mr. Drobot. There's his link to a Steam It. Please thumb it up. Steam It doesn't refer to steam like boiling water. Steam It means, do you esteem it? Do you value it? So if you don't have time to read the article, just go there, tweet it, share it, thumb it up, bookmark it. That's what I do. When people send me links and stuff, it just goes into a list and I go through it all at one time. Like, a lot of people sit down for the morning paper with coffee. For me, it's the morning review of all the links that people sent to me the day before. And if I don't have time for something, at the very least, I'll tweet it and I'll share it. We all have to be ground zero of our own meme virus factories here. Alright, Ralph Farmer, got to drop out now. Cool. Hey, just stay subscribed and make sure you get the notices, because I'm going to post a new hangout now that I'm through here. Spakeface says, rappers don't kill people, they just say they do. I'm going to have a link to my next hangout, which is going to correspond with the next blimp launch, and we're going to make sure that the blimp launch is adequately observed by enough people with a critical eye. So if it has the least bit of flop, if it hovers too long, or if it gets caught in a power line, we're there to call it out. Greg Brown says yours is launching soon using Litecoin. Cool. Mr. Drobot has a link for you to look at the Flat Earth report. Thanks for posting that. Pray for wind. Yeah, let's pray for another 9-mile-per-hour hurricane. I wonder how much money they lose every time one of their big rituals is interrupted. And by the way, the rocket launches, like I said earlier, you're looking at cremation of care. You're looking at the Bohemian Grove. You're looking at Babylon Mystery Religion. It's a ceremony. What's my take on World Beyond the Globes? It's a good book to read. Interesting ideas. In fact, you could find an audiobook version of it on YouTube. Somebody read like the first 6 chapters. Alright, everything looks like I've covered all the topics here. Alright, I have some work to do. Oh, Flat Earth doormats, Jonathan Simpson, good idea. See, all of these things can be turned, like I'm going to have some globe exit signs made up. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the future. I agree. Alright, so I'm going to have a link posted up. All of you, thanks for hanging out. Hori Sheet Show, post a link to your show. Freak out with your beak out, says Spakeface. We are at the tip of the beak. Keep posting these links, and I'll be putting them all on one place to consolidate them, the Flat Earth Consortium, which I will also be promoting tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Rulers of Evil sold out for now, says Machiavelli. Interesting. You can get the PDF. Alright, research Flat Earth.